And then there we go. Do that. Then
3 minutes.
3 minutos.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm not done cooking, I think, is the excuse for using tonight.
We got started close to time. Okay. It was entirely my fault. I'm not going to blame any of you. And besides, my go-to is to just blame a guy named Ikimag. It's very easy. Dank. Oh shit, my sound's on.
What are you watching?
Anime.
I'm playing Azure Lane as a smartphone. Next, we'll be playing Fate Grand Order.
Oh. Azure Lane. I've been seeing ads for that constantly in my Instagram.
It is a game.
That people play.
Oh,
Azure Lane is the game I play when I'm not playing Fate Grand Order. It's my backup game, and that is the most positive thing I can say about it.
Which one is the one where you play historical figures?
That's Fate.
Right? Yeah, it looks pretty funny.
Prepare to change your fate.
I play New York Times crossword in 2048.
I play Apex Legends.
Play threes. It's kind of like Sudoku. It's pretty fun. Threes? It's kind of like Sudoku. You play nothing. Play D&D.
It's the beginning and the end. What do you play, Con?
Same.
What stupid game do you play in your phone, Cotton?
None, because my phone's pretty broken.
Yep, I knew that was going to be the answer too.
Oh yeah, was it in the car when it wrecked this week, or did it go down on?
Why
the
don't you
boat?
tell them about how you hurt your head and then upset your boyfriend's mom
Well,
at the same time?
So what had happened was
my fridge is kind of unlevel, so I opened it to put groceries away, and then when I went to go get more groceries, it swung back and hit me in the head.
Oh.
And I had a headache for like 3 days, and there's still a lump like in the back of my head.
I think that's called a concussion.
Yeah, it does sound
No,
like a
yeah.
concussion.
I didn't lose consciousness, so it's probably not.
That does
Yeah,
that is
yeah, that
not
doesn't
how
make
concussions
sense.
work.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's
Still
fine.
a concussion. You only get like 2 of those in your whole life. Try not to be out for more than an hour.
Listener Mike
Like
Tyson.
you can only eat one lightning strike. Every lightning strike after that isn't free. Got to pay for that one.
Yeah.
And they say it strikes twice. So be good.
My science teacher was struck by lightning once.
How do you make out?
He's fine.
Okay.
A little shocked, but that's about it.
Oh.
All right, I'm showing you guys my shitty world map. I'll move back to the other map shortly. You guys ready to go?
Do it.
Ready?
Sharp jagged rocks. Cool. All right.
Yep, the narrow straight is the one between the sharp jagged rocks.
I like the question mark. That's my favorite.
I mean, there are several question marks.
Oh, the map got an upgrade.
The Goblin Nation Elk Prince. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
from
he's
our
coming
freaking,
back.
from our episode 0.
Yeah.
Welcome, friends. I'm Arthur Perkins. This is AP Gaming Reel, I guess. You know, in everyone's life, there are things that happen. This happens to be the 10th episode, but sometimes other things happen to us. It seems like every week on this show I make a mistake in regards to historical accuracy of armor and arms, I want to point out that I was technically not wrong about the pooping and armor thing. It's just that normally it would be a male skirt.
Right. Yep. So let's call it even there. We can call it even.
There's no calling it even. I was right. That was not the majority of the way it was done.
But they don't
Now-
have to poop in their
Now Václav is asking for a secret Connor and Václav medieval armor discussion channel. And I told him no. Go post it on the tabletop channel. That's what it's for.
Yeah. I don't think our channel is so busy that we have
Wait,
to
we have a table
put it up
stop
really.
channel?
On my Discord, yes. It sees less use than the one that we have on your guys' Discord.
I can't believe we've lasted 10 episodes.
Yeah, I was going to mention that a little later, but that's a good call because don't worry, I will mention it later. Second, I'm supposed to remind Connor of something. I don't know what it is, but he said that there was something we needed to do, and I said I'll remind you during the next episode.
Oh, I need to get back to you about your food.
Food dungeon. Yeah, of course. No, I mean, look, I have a giant man-eating salmon done by Bearded that is going to be one of my premier monsters. Sunspirit's done some work.
Sweet.
Probably a half dozen other artists. So yeah, no, I'll get back to you. Adam Bascombs Coon. He's a very long name, but did some work as well. Look, speaking of mistakes that have been made, I don't make them often. Actually, that's a lie. I make mistakes all the time. Today, I was out shopping. Now, I'm a big guy, and I'm overweight. And some of you might know that I injured my knee pretty severely. So, occasionally I stumble. I wouldn't say I've tripped. But today I stumbled in the grocery store. And, I ran into somebody. And of course, we had to do what everyone does in a grocery store when someone stumbles into you. We both walked 3 paces away from each other, and we drew our long swords and entered into samurai stances. We ran at each other at full speed and slashed at the same time. A thin line of blood streaked down my cheek, and he turned to laugh at me, believing he had won the duel, but then his head popped off, and blood gushed out over all the viewers. Everyone nearby was very impressed at my accuracy with
There was
that.
clapping.
I bet that story was not going where you thought it was.
It was not. No,
Nope.
that definitely deviated.
That is a private joke that I have with an audience member, the same one who I had to invent the character Steve Gary for, because he told me there's no way anyone would ever accept a character with 2 first names. And now there's a Steve Gary in pretty much every show that I run. Very popular, very popular. Speaking of very popular, let's go ahead and talk to Connor, who's our artist for tonight. Now, Connor, before we do your introductions, I want to point out how much I love the fact that you just write down random words that I say without any context on your drawing.
Well, it's on a separate layer, and then
Okay, I mean, no, but the thing is, I'm worried that later you're going to be like, Perseus, what does that mean? What was that from? Was that important? Because during this week's episode of Critical Role, there was someone that was like, yes, and who was this individual that had committed these murders? And they were just started going through a list of people that they had met. They're like, we'll investigate them all. And they're like, no, we'll get to the right one. And they're like, we'll investigate all of them.
one by one, Perseus probably was the Clockwork Raven.
My goodness, that is true.
Yep. So,
Look, when you're not telling me how wrong I am about calling you out, what are you doing?
Mostly I am trying to draw comics or take care of my daughter. Yeah, and so actually right now regarding the comics, we have a Kickstarter going on, if you guys didn't know. And
Is
so-
that the Kickstarter for White Ash Volume 1?
That's correct. That's exactly what it is. We got 2 weeks left. We have 14 days. And we're closing in on another stretch goal, so it's going pretty well. I'll put you mind if I put a link in your channel?
You better send the link to me that I can put in the channel.
I will.
Otherwise, the bot will ban you forever.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, you can check it out there if that's of interest. And yeah, I'm making pages on that. We're pretty close to done. It's going to have a little 10-page extra backstory on top of the like, I don't know, in excess of 150 pages of the actual story, and then all the pinups and stuff. So it'll be good. It'll be good.
It's gonna be thick with two
Okay.
cubes.
We're gonna have and we're gonna have a lot of pinup artists. And speaking of pinup artists, I'll throw it over to Mick. What's up with you?
Oh, I drew a pinup for this little book that's coming out at some point. That, you know, I'm pretty proud of. I think it's possibly the best thing I've ever drawn. But
Looking forward to it. I don't think I
also-
saw it yet, right? You saw?
I showed it to Charlie.
Yeah.
Did not show it to you.
Wow.
I don't know if I can. I'm just so nervous about it, right? Like,
I've always been so judgmental of everyone around me.
yeah, no, absolutely. You know, it's like I'm coming home to my father having killed, you know, my first animal out in the woods with my bare hands, and I wanted to be proud, but he's like, it was a rabbit that was old and sick. Who
Or
cares?
like if Mortrick wrote a poem and then tried to show it to Kaz for the first time.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
But I also draw the comics, and it occurred to me I still have a comic up on Webtoon, which I, you know, could direct people to, so I will give AP the link for that. But
Excellent. You should actually send it to me, unlike Connor, where I had to come up with it myself.
I forgot. I started drawing, and then I'm like, oh wait, no, let me do that now. So you already got it.
But yeah, I draw comics sometimes on Twitch, although I didn't last week because it was spring break. And but I will be on tomorrow drawing comics. Working on like a horror fantasy thing right now.
Are you going to actually be streaming tomorrow?
How horrifying.
It's really not that horrifying, I'll be honest. I thought about, you know, like, how horrifying do I want to make this? Like, how grotesque do I want to go? And at all points, I chickened out and was like, I would not be comfortable drawing or writing that. So it's actually like a shitty PG-13 horror movie, but it has boobs to make it R, and that somehow that's better in comics world. I don't know. I'm not. You know, I'm really selling it here, so you guys will love it. I'm a great salesman. In my other life.
Are you, though?
I would say no. No, I'm not. But speaking of someone who is great, I'll throw it to Runa, who is actually Bearded Jalapeno or
That's
Jalapeno.
me. Hey guys, Bearded Jalapeno. I'm on your Twitch, your Instagram, your Twitter mostly. Yeah, I draw comics, illustrations, stuff like that. Gearing up to go to RTX Expo here pretty soon in Texas. So that's what I'm doing.
Where in Texas is that at?
Austin, I believe.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I heard Austin has a great comic scene.
And they have really great food, which I am also
Yeah.
going to be about.
Austin's pretty awesome.
Mick, that link doesn't work.
Yeah, I know. I just noticed. I'm gonna get the long link.
Much like most of Mortrick spells.
It like takes 8 hours to get to Austin from here, and that's. I'm gonna go right past that. I'm gonna go right past that subtle dig.
No, it wasn't subtle because I don't think it's true. I think Mortrick's spells have been nearly 100% effective. It's Mortrick's raps that have been ineffective.
Damn suck. But it takes 8 hours to get to Austin from where I'm at in Northwest Arkansas, and that's driving at like 90 miles an hour plus through Texas.
Crazy.
Because in
Why are you
Texas,
going so slow?
there are no speed limits.
Those speed bumps will get you. Anyways, that's what I'm up to. What are you up to, Cotton?
I doodle sometimes. I run a Discord play-by-post, which is D&D but underwater.
Hmm.
I also want a super secret one that I haven't updated in a while because I've been super busy. Mainly on AP's channel, busy. But, you know.
So do you play D&D underwater, or is the campaign
Yes.
set underwater?
Both.
Campaign set underwater.
Oh. While
The
you're
characters have cool names like Mist, and then they appear out of fog every time they show up.
playing. Nice.
Actually, they're mostly huge jerks.
There's a lot of like murder hobery people in that group, and then there's on the other spectrum, there's people that characters are so shy that they stutter whenever they talk to other people, and then they like draw their weapons and they're scared the whole time. And I'm not sure why they chose to be an adventurer.
Yeah.
When they seem
basically the
terrified
first
of
4
it.
episodes.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. I only popped in for part of your first 4 episodes, but if you were scared to do anything and talk to anybody,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Except for
I've
Mick.
always
they
been
gave
scared.
themselves
Mick literally was the
crippling-
opposite spectrum.
crippling social anxiety.
Look, the really bad one was when on the first night, someone. So I was like role playing with someone, and I didn't notice that they were sending me private messages. And the private messages were like, "I'm going to kill your character. I'm about to attack them outright. I'm about to stab you in the face." And I thought we were just having a conversation at the bar, and I checked my private messages, and I was like, "Whoa, slow your roll. I'm pretty sure there's no PvP on this server." And second, I don't believe that violence is the answer when someone says, "You can't arrest me because you're noble. There's a police force here." And they were like, "That is the reason that I am going to kill your character. I can't believe you would question my noble authority." And I'm just like, what? It's rough, Cotton. I appreciate the troubles that you have on your server, because everybody knows that play-by-posters are all...
I'm surprised that that's what they were going to kill you over, because whenever anybody got a noble, I told them that nobility is not really a thing anymore, but they're like the CEO of a company.
I just remember this chick being like, "I'm super noble," and I was like,
Oh, that chick, yeah, I talked
yeah,
to her a
yeah,
lot.
that chick.
I remember that chick now.
Yeah,
You just had to mention chick, and I know exactly who you're talking about.
yeah.
They left the server. They
Wow,
completely-
that's such a loss. Really.
Yeah.
You sound pretty distraught about it.
I'm super sad.
Cotton, what terrible thing happened to you this week?
Hit my head on my refrigerated door.
That's.
But it
that's
wasn't
right.
a concussion because she didn't black out.
Yeah.
There's a law, but
fine.
it wasn't a concussion. That's not medically accurate, people at home. Do not do what Cotton did. Always get yourself checked out at a doctor.
I mean, I went to bed and I woke up just fine, so
It
it's
was
good.
4 days.
You're not supposed to go to sleep when you have a concussion.
It's
Oh my
fine. That's why I know I didn't have a concussion, because I didn't like die or anything.
You could get
Ah.
into a car accident, and then your liver or spleen will rupture
Later, and I
4 days
couldn't-
later from the force of the seatbelt. Did Cotton's mic die? Did she mute herself?
No, her concussion probably
She
killed
had
her.
it.
Made her
was it.
mute? That's not how concussions work. We're spreading. Oh my God, is this anti-vaxxer now? Is that what?
I'm sending you a private message right now.
I'll kill you.
Kill you.
I don't
How do we
think
kill the
anything
DM? What do
else
we need to
bad
roll for that?
happened.
Are you heart disease? I feel like you might succeed sooner or later.
Whatever you do, don't search it on WebMD.
Yeah, that's a good call.
How to kill a DM.
Is that gonna be like a new TV show, like How to Make a Murder? It's just
Dungeon Master. I feel like that would be a pretty good web series for, like 4 or 5 episodes.
I'd definitely watch it.
What else was I going to harass Cotton about? Oh, yeah, someone else was asking me, Cotton, if they could kidnap you from my shows. So
Ooh.
between you and Lexi, I guess I'm like your agent now or something.
Well,
I feel like maybe people need to just ask you to be on their shows rather than ask me, because I'm not your boss.
I have to admit, usually the only time I ever hear about it is through you.
Yeah, I know.
So maybe you are my agent. I don't know if I should like pay
no.
you.
Yeah.
No.
Like a
Or
percentage.
a
I
pimp?
feel like we're in the opposite situation where I pay you to make art for me, and then you don't accept the money, and then I
Throw it at you.
complain about it really loudly. That's too real. That is actually what happens. I hate to break the chain, Cotton, so I'll leave it to you.
Wait, what chain?
Oh.
If you're talking about the introductions thing, I was just
Outsider
Back
dropping
to
the ball, guys. I apologize.
Yeah, no.
sorry.
She has to
Sorry.
die on stream now. It's the only way to correct this.
No, I don't remember who went. I'm frazzled.
Planet Chaos. What is up with our favorite D&D character?
Honor, I wanted to see her suffer.
Oh, jeez.
All right, everyone, I'm Planet Chaos. So you can find me on Twitch, Planet Chaos with a K. It's Planet Chaos Art. I will never get it right. On Instagram, it's Planet Chaos _art. And I draw monsters and characters online. And so far, it looks like I'll be doing some game design. So I've talked to the fellow. We have a verbal go forward agreement. He's talked to me about some of the game mechanics, and it actually sounds pretty damn exciting. So, it's I think for a self-published, small game, it seems still legit. So I'm going to go for it and do the art for it. So do some of the art for it, not all of it, but usually the character and monster art, I think.
Sweet.
So as I know more, I'll pass it along.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's it for me.
Speaking of passing it along, how are you doing, AP?
Well, I mean, I did my introduction at the start where I made up that bullshit samurai story.
I remembered that.
Yeah, we figured we'd let you redeem yourself by passing it back to you.
As you mentioned, this is our 10th episode. We've done this show for an entire season. An actual real world season has passed. It feels like it's been a really long time since the middle of November when we had our playtest, and I was like, guys, it's going to be a super long time, but I need you to wait 2 months until January when I can get started. And I felt so bad about it, and now we're like 3 months in, and I'm like, it feels like it's been like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's been really quick.
Yeah, it feels like 3 or 4 episodes. I can't believe it's 10.
I also wanted to mention that I think for the first 2 episodes, the show kind of struggled with all of the murdering, and it was mostly about the murdering. And then once you guys stopped dying and Cazador stopped being a stick, I feel like it really has blossomed.
Yeah, we've done
I
better.
feel like it really took off when he got stuck in that staff.
It changed everything.
Is that the moment where it changed everything, Cazador and the stick?
I feel like it's really slowed down and been kind of boring since we stopped all the murdering. Give me some more dogs.
Aren't you currently fighting a whole bunch of zombies?
Yeah, but they're zombies. No one is surprised.
Who
They're
hasn't
zombies.
fought zombies?
But you stab one dog in a cave, people don't see that coming.
That's because it.
We just wish it did.
I have no answer for that. I have no answer for that.
No.
Don't do it.
No one does.
That's the way Mortrick wins debates. It's not that he wins it on quality. It's that you just have nothing left to say at what crazy things are going on. That's how you should have won that
reminds me
debate.
of something Hitler said.
See, I can't respond to that.
See?
Look, when it comes down to winning debates on quality, that's not something I know how to do. So I can agree with that.
I've been watching your Burning Crowns campaign, and you did win that debate, the first one anyway, with I suppose Wizenfool. Right?
Oh wait! We're right. Okay, so you're watching Burning Crowns.
Yeah.
This is the one that Eric Vulgaris ran.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh my God!
It's pretty
Look,
good so far.
I want to tell you something, Connor. You are about to watch both the best and worst, absolutely the worst performances I have ever given on a stream.
I thought they were pretty good so far.
How far in are you?
Just the first 2 episodes or something.
Oh my! Well, first off, Eric lost an entire episode where incredibly important things happened that would have ramifications for the rest of the show for like 30 more episodes. And we're always just like, hey, Eric, remember that episode that you lost?
I mean, it seems really complicated. Like,
look,
the way you play that game is so complicated, and the way the mechanics work you actually have to role play the mechanics to make them work. Like, that seems really...
I know it sounds complicated, but it's one of those games that as soon as you play it, it makes a hell of a lot more sense.
I guess that's how D&D has been,
I mean, there are plenty of people that have never played D&D and just kind of watch people do stuff, and then they play it and they're like, oh, this is a hell of a lot less complicated.
Yeah.
You know what makes things a lot less complicated? D&D Beyond.
That's right. And
I
how can
wish that
people
they sponsored
use
the
D&D
stream.
Beyond on their streams?
D&D Beyond. Actually, did I make sure to turn on the D&D Beyond overlay for this?
Yeah,
it's there.
It's on.
It's on? Okay,
Yeah.
good. I would have felt really stupid if I had said that and I hadn't done it. Because now I have to switch between the 2 campaigns every week. Since Group 2 has also got their got their stuff going on. Oh my goodness, everybody's uploaded their character portraits except for me. Now I feel like I'm the one holding you guys back. That's constantly. Look, here's the thing you need to know, Connor. The cast of Burning Crowns will turn over like every 6 or 7 episodes. Someone will leave after arguing with me, and then a new person will come in, and then they will leave after I argue with them for a while, and the show will end due to a player argument between me and another player who was brought in after I argued with another player.
But the entire game is arguing with people, so I mean that makes sense.
Yes,
Your character.
but these
has
are out of character arguments. It is a game where some of my most brilliant acting has happened, but also some of my worst moments on stream.
Okay,
Just
well,
be aware going in.
Yeah.
Most people say that the show didn't even start till episode 10 or 11.
Okay. Yeah, well, I can. It starts kind of slow, so I mean I can see that.
Yeah, well, everyone spends all their time arguing. Well, I'm like, you know what we should do? We should go defeat those bandits. And they're like, let me tell you about this chair. And I'm like, Jesus, fuck this chair. We're literally surrounded by bandits right now. Could we deal with them? And they're like, we need to figure out who's going to sit in this chair. And I'm like, are you serious right now? Are you serious?
I'm pretty sure actually it's you that wanted to negotiate with the bandits. So
yeah, I know. I'm always the one that's like, let's move the main story along. And they're like, you know what we should do? We should. That's it. That's all I got. Let's talk about the main story of this show. And by talk about it, I mean allow me to murder your characters, if you don't mind.
There's no way I'm letting any zombies do any more damage. Those rolls were crazy.
I feel like you had
I'm
your
about
chance
to show you some more crazy rolls. Wow, did you guys have a bunch of chat before the game started in Roll20?
Yeah, you're
Wow.
playing.
Okay. Well, hopefully you've come up with a good plan.
Nope.
Lilywin, if I am reading this correctly, it is your turn to start with. But even more importantly, I believe your Moonbeam spell is still active because you haven't been wrecked yet. So does it deal damage on your turn to all the zombies that are in the Moonbeam?
If it's the first time that they've stepped into the moonbeam, it'll deal damage, and if they end their turn in the moonbeam.
Okay,
it'll
so it's
deal
on
damage.
their turn. All right. Okay, well, you are maintaining the Moonbeam. They're just hanging out in it for a little while. They don't own it. They're time sharing it. On their turn, they have to pay upkeep. That upkeep is, a real drag. No, it's burning. No, I'm dying on this one. Con, what do you want to do? Because really, it should be your character that's dying, not me.
I think I can make it damage them again on my turn. But I want to read that spell real quick to double check.
You know where you can read that spell.
D&D
D&D
Beyond.
Beyond.
So
It's
great.
where I'm reading it right now. My handy D&D Beyond character sheet.
I mean, the way to do it would be to recast the spell.
Yeah, you can use an action to move it. And
You won't be able to re-damage them by moving it away and then moving it back, though,
no,
because they've already been in it one time.
just to put in their turn in it.
Yeah, as long as they end their turn in it. It doesn't say anything about being able to do it. I think it's just there.
But I would like to move the moonbeam here to get the other guy as well. It's just
I think you have control of the Moonbeam,
do
right? Can you move it?
I cannot.
Okay, so you're moving it here? Oop. I don't know what's happening.
Over one more.
One more over?
Yeah, so I can get that guy too.
So you will no longer have these two guys in the Moonbeam, then.
I'll have those two instead.
Okay. All right. You encapsulate them into the Moonbeam, and I believe that that means this guy is in for the first time, so go ahead and roll damage. 2d10 radiant. And then he needs to make a Constitution saving throw. You know, the kind of throw that zombies are actually pretty good at.
Mm-hmm.
What's your save?
I think he's got to beat a 12.
Okay, well that's like a 12, but much less than a 12. and so he takes 13 searing points of energy as he is. So it's kind of like this, Cazador. There is, I wouldn't call it a god beam, but I would call it like a giant laser made up of pale silver light that is floating around you rather ominously. And as it touches the zombies, they're all going, ah! And you see their flesh, their putrid flesh sizzling. The green pus on them is popping and then turning gray. There's lots of noises. None of them are good. They all sound really visceral, like a butcher shop being filled with jello.
I think that's working a lot better than fire.
Well, that's good.
Is there anything else you want to do? Lilwyn? I mean, you do have a zombie that is...
I see that I have the zombie right there.
Yeah, there is a zombie right there, and they're threatening. I mean, I don't know how threatening they are. Do you feel threatened by a zombie?
A little bit, but
Okay.
I don't think she can do anything else because moving the moonbeam's in action.
It is.
So that's it.
Runa, it's your turn. I believe you have a plan. Tell me what your plan is.
I want to disengage from the zombie that's closest to me and move to this zombie over here.
Are you disengaging as an action, or are you using...
With my key point.
Okay, yeah. You slink up, drifting away from the zombie. It is not able to keep up with your movements. You move along the road, heading past the apartment building that you're at, and come up to the zombie.
And then I'll punch him in the face.
Okay. Yep, that will solidly connect.
Yeah.
It will not defeat the zombie.
Dang it.
Anything else?
Flurry of blows.
Did that other action take your bonus action to perform?
I don't
I'm
think.
guessing it was Step of the Wind.
No, I think I could just do disengage.
Step of the
It was
Wind.
step of-
You spend key point to disengage as a bonus action.
Gotcha. Cool. Okay, then that's my turn.
Yep. So I assume when you punch, you do that really pro wrestling martial arts thing where you stomp your foot as you're punching to make it look like there's a lot more force happening.
Yeah.
Should have dropped.
Or I could just like run over there and then use the wall to like jump up and then punch her in the face. Punch me. Punch them.
I
in the-
do love the idea of you running along a wall and then just like dropping down. Oh, Planet Chaos. I did tweet out your link, but I forgot to put it in the chat. You are, of course, streaming our battle map as well for people that are interested in that.
Affirmative.
Yeah.
So, Runa's turns over. Cazador,
Yes.
you got problems. Those problems are cats on cats on cats. There are catapults on top of cats, which are in catapults. And by cats, I, of course, mean zombies.
At least they're not trebuchets, because that'd be a lot worse.
I mean...
No.
That's comparable, like, of course trebuchets are capable of throwing more force, but they require a lot more engineering and material ability.
Yeah, so that's why Kaz is always on the happier side of life.
I mean, do dwarves even know about catapults and trebuchets? Is that... Yeah, I mean...
This is your world, I don't know,
I mean, well, we've established that you personally spend most of your life underground, so I don't suspect that there would be many catapults in underground locations.
No, but how about flamethrowers? Can I get
It's the door of an
flamethrowers?
elevator.
Or-
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure flamethrowing exists. I mean, look, the most effective battle tactic, as proved by Tomb of Annihilation, is just send a herd of cows in front of you at all times, or to hire a bunch of dwarven miners. And if you don't know the story behind that, you should Google Tomb of Annihilation, herd of cows, Tomb of Annihilation, dwarven miners,
Okay, I will.
because
yeah.
it is a great way to solve D&D problems.
Is that
It
Tomb of
turns out
Annihilation-
you can activate all numbers of traps with either dwarves or cows.
That's the old what?
Oh yes, it's quite old.
Campaign. or
It's
something?
to find a lich named Achirbu. I'm not gonna get it right. Akarak. He's like, come to my sick ass tomb filled with traps, bitches, and fight me. and just finding the tomb, which in the book takes like one paragraph, actually takes most players like an entire session.
That's the one I think.
Because it's like the tomb is well hidden. You'll have to make multiple passes. Here's the roll that you need to make, and then there are also 3 fake tombs.
That's really nice and handy.
Yeah,
It was made by the person who made D&D, right?
Gary Gygax. Yes.
Yeah, and they
It's essentially a module about being a huge dick to your players.
right. Yeah. And you actually have to sort of look around the room and then piece it together, visually in your mind, as opposed to just
piecing
sort
it
of-
together. What is Kaz doing?
Speaking of that, yeah,
He's unpiecing together these zombies.
I'm gonna.
He's doing trigonometry in the air right now.
He's wishing he had Great Cleave from 3.5 so that he could get all 3 zombies in one attack.
Well, I want to make an intelligence check to remember who got hit from the last game. Which
That's actually a really good use of an intelligence check. Go ahead.
Okay.
Show me your power. Man, most people would just be like, "I'm going to look at the bars on the screen."
I can't look at the bars.
Can't see the
You
bars on
can't.
the
You
monsters.
can't see the bars.
Not
Yeah,
on
I
the
can't.
monsters.
Oh, that's what you're checking for. Which monsters have been hurt right now?
Yeah.
All of them are currently injured.
Can I get? Well, I rolled pretty well, so can I get
A
more than what-
17. What are you looking for? The most injured one?
Yeah, the most injured one.
This is the most injured one.
Okay.
The one that
yeah.
you've been battling with for a short while here.
Okay. I'm gonna strike him with my hammer.
Okay.
And as usual, I minimized that character menu, and now I can. Where to go?
Double click on it, open it in the handout section again.
Yep. Yeah, I got it. I always forget you gotta click your character.
Pray to the Demon Lord. A 12 will hit. 8
Nice.
points of damage. Would normally kill it.
But it's got a con save, right?
It does not save. So normally with a dwarf, I'd be able to say something like, I guess you really asked him a question, but saying you
Yep,
hammered
yep.
him a question doesn't sound as good. But you bash him in the head, you break something vital along its neckline, and the zombie falls to the ground.
You hammered your
Definitely
point
ham
home.
murdered.
Ooh, hammered your point home. I'm going to remember that one.
Yeah, that's good.
He got ham murdered.
I like that one.
I don't know. I don't feel that one, though. It does sound like something really cheesy, I would say.
You can use them both. They'll be appropriate at different times.
Speaking of something that isn't appropriate. Oh, I'm sorry, Kazzer. Do you have anything else you want to do? 'Cause
Yeah, I think I want to use hit die and use second wind.
second wind and hit die are 2 different things.
Sorry, no, second wind. Second wind is
Second wind doesn't use your hit die. It uses your second wind dice.
Yeah, which is a D12.
Yes.
okay. Great. Well, then even better.
Using your hit dice is part of a short rest.
Okay. I thought I had to use one of those hit die as part of. Okay.
That's just
On
when
your
you-
turn, you can use a bonus action and recover 1d10 plus your fighter level as a second wind. It doesn't require you using any of your hit die. It just 1d10 plus 3.
Okay. Great.
Nice.
Cool. I get my HP back to 30, so I don't even have to update my D&D Beyond.
Perfect.
It's H points. Sweet.
Who updates D&D Beyond?
Get sponsored.
All right, to finish the earlier joke, now it's Mortrick's turn.
More trick. All right, so do you still have the inspiration, Kaz?
Yes, I do.
Last time? Okay, so more trick is gonna say, "You're doing great, Kaz." He's gonna turn to Rick Jax. I'm gonna inspire Rick Jax and be like, "Listen, Rick Jax, he's not gonna make it out there by himself. Only you can save him." And then I'm gonna put my shawl back on and be like, "God damn it!" Throwing it on the ground. I don't even know what this is. It smells like shit. And that's my action. Putting my
You're still mad because Lilwyn threw your shawl on the ground? Oh, it's a rough life for you, buddy. Rick Jax, you're bardically inspired. Mortrick's words of doom somehow drive you to greater heroism.
Fantastic. So, hey, just to confirm something that I think I know. We can use bonus actions before actions, right?
You can use
Yeah.
anything anytime.
Yeah, alright, that's pretty handy because that made me think of a tactic for later. Okay, so I'm going to move up 1, 2, 3
Okay.
and attack that zombie next to me.
Well, it's next to a couple people, but yeah, now you can even sneak attack it if you hit.
That's what I'm going for.
So Mortrick is like, go help Kaz, and you're like, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah, Kaz,
He'll be all right.
Kaz is on his own. Alright, here comes the attack. It's a normal attack, right?
Kaz has the moonbeam helping him.
That's true.
And allegedly more trick.
It's more of
I
a
gave
moral
you an
support.
inspiration. What else do you want me to?
I don't need inspiration against zombies.
Even with the slow movement of these zombies and their complete lack of armor, it still manages to stumble out of the way as your attack goes wide. Whoosh.
Excellent.
Just kind of a feeble cut.
All right, I'll use my bonus action for the offhand attack.
All right.
Yeah.
Crossbody draw. Bring up the other. Go for the stabbing right in the gut. And no.
Wow, I suck so bad. Okay.
You actually physically stab it in the gut, but when you pull your sword out, you realize you pulled nothing out of it because there was already a hole there.
Yeah, I such precision. I hit an existing hole. Yeah. I'm having flashbacks of last week's episode already.
Got a whole lot of problems.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of flashbacks, Cazador is getting a flashback where zombies try to rip his armor off and eat him. What's your ridiculous ass fighter AC right now?
20.
Okay. All these goddamn fighters and their ridiculous ass AC.
Hey, what do I get with the Bard inspiration again?
It's a D6 to use on any skill check.
Skill check, attack, or
Yeah. Save. Anything you need to
Save,
roll a
yeah.
20 for, I think, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Lilliman, what's your AC as both zombies also attack you?
My AC is 12.
Okay. That's very bad. And the zombie that Brickjack's just tried to stab, the one that's been going after you, throws itself at you. You look back at the one that's coming in behind you, and you don't pay attention for the moment that it needs to, like boxing, clinch its arms around you and then bite you in the shoulder. You push it off. Ah! It's like you got like blood oozing out. You can see it dripping down its face. You take 3 points of damage. So I guess it actually wasn't that damaging. Let's talk about all of that damage that Moonbeam is about to deliver, Moonbeam style. I don't know what Moonbeam style is, but now it's a dance style that I would like to see. You said you had like a 13. Oh my god. No. That's a 2 and a 1.
zombie hurts itself.
All right, well, you don't need to roll very high. Okay, well, you didn't roll very high, but it also wasn't enough to kill them.
You jinxed it.
Yeah, I know, that's the best. All right, Lilwyn, it is your turn.
I'm just gonna take my moonbeam back there.
Right here?
Right there.
Right there.
Actually, like, wait. Right here.
Right there?
Yeah, that's perfect.
I feel like I'm just going to give you control of this Moonbeam. That's the way I would wait.
It's
There.
perfect where it's at.
All right, you start dragging at Kazdor. You watch as the Moonbeam goes sailing past you. For a brief moment, some of the blood and dirt on your armor gets... as there's like a sizzling noise, your left gauntlet begins heating up, and then it rolls past you and encapsulates another zombie.
The moonbeam doesn't look like it knows where it wants to go.
I mean, the Moonbeam's really just a rebellious princess at heart. Lilwyn, you got anything else going on?
No, but I think that zombie will take the damage from it.
It had already been in the Moonbeam, so it does not get affected by that again.
Dang. Oh, that's all I got then.
Yes. Luna.
I'm going to attack this zombie right here.
Oh wait. According to D&D Beyond, it's when it enters for the first time on a turn,
Ooh.
which is not this. So it will roll to not get moonbeamed and
So he takes half the damage, I think.
that's natural 20 right there, folks at home. Oh, it still engulfs in flames and dies instantly. All right. Well, I feel like that was a real letdown for the moonbeam.
Not
They-
for us.
I mean, really, all around, we can agree that was a very sad moment. Truly
Rip
awful.
zombie.
I had high hopes for him for just 1 second before the moonbeam evaporated him.
So that's just the way of zombies.
He tried.
So all of you notice that there's no like con save on the moonbeam. The moonbeam seems to just annihilate it with no problem. Runa,
I'm gonna attack this zombie then.
very well. That zombie looks pretty attackable.
Punch it.
Yeah, the punch is successful and theoretically lethal. I need to make a 10 on this, and I do. You punch the zombie, you crush its jaw, you go right through the back of its brain. You start pulling your fist out, and it tries to bite you, working its way back down your hand until you pull your fist out. It looks like it's not as dead as it could be.
Question: can I break up flurry of blows?
Yes,
Then I'm gonna flurry of blows.
very well.
One for that guy right there.
Okay, I will roll again. He now needs an 11.
Yes.
Nope, he explodes.
And then I'll use my movement 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to get here and then punch that other zombie.
Did you pass through the moonbeam at any point?
No, I went around it.
All right.
Good
So this is
idea.
how I imagine flurry of blows goes. You punch, then you punch again. But it's really flurry-like. And then the whole time doing like spinning wheel kicks and lots of whoosha stuff. You run along the side of the wall for the moment, then you jump around the moonbeam and give one more punch to the other zombie, just to make it one continuous. Oh, god damn it!
Annihilate that zombie.
8 plus 5. I need a 13. Zombie annihilation, unsuccessful.
Dang it.
You punch it. You definitely sever its head from the spine, but the zombie torso is still up and moving.
Well, that's my turn.
Cazador.
All right. I'm gonna attack the bottom right zombie.
Very well.
And
As some might call him, the headless zombie. He's like a certain fellow from Sleepy Hollow.
what a coinkydink that we're talking about Sleepy Hollow.
Isn't
Why?
it though?
Yeah.
Why
Someone's
is that a
writing a
coincidence?
not great horror comic about Sleepy Hollow that they're really trying to sell for everything they're worth.
Oh, is that where White Ash takes place?
No, it's mixed comic.
Mixed
Yeah.
comic takes place at Sleepy. Have you been to Sleepy Hollow?
My next one takes place in Sleepy Hollow. It's like a Lovecraftian Sleepy Hollow remix.
Have you been there though?
No, I've not.
Fantastic place.
I've
Good golf
looked it up
courses,
on a lot
several
of
nice
maps.
churches.
Been to
A
Salem.
9 will hit for 7 points of damage.
Oh, sweet. I didn't think I would.
7, 5. Nope, he's dead. So Runa, this headless zombie turns towards you away from Cazador, and then Cazador slams his hammer down where the head would be. The torso kind of cracks, and the whole body just slowly slumps down, like one knee, then the other, and then it just twists backwards. It stops moving by the time it hits the ground.
I would imagine.
Such is the way of the zombie.
Is that the name of your fighting style now?
The way of the zombie.
Zombie. Sounds more like Runa's fighting style. No, I don't know. I don't know what that was.
Runa's fighting style is the way of the fist.
Wait,
Way of the open palm.
open palm. Yeah, that's right.
Open
And I will enter Tunnel Fighter stance.
My goodness. More trick.
More tricks. Wait, are any all the zombies that have gone down have like expired, right?
Yes, they're completely dead.
Okay.
Re-dead.
Again.
Twice dead.
Twice dead.
Like a
Multiple times dead.
You want to draw Gore Reaver, Gorefang? One day I'll actually remember the name of the sword I invented.
No, I'm not going to draw Gorefang.
The cursed sword Gorefang. There we go.
Allegedly.
There's no alleging it.
Were there other zombies on the dock, or it's literally just this one left?
Make a perception check.
All right, I'm going to make a perception check.
Nice.
Oh yeah. So you see people that are in the beer gardens. Let me say this, Mortrick. In your time, you've perused a player's handbook or two, so you know that elves all start with short and longsword proficiency. What this means is that elves spend their entire childhood, no matter what they do, even if they're peasants, even if they're an NPC class, all of them have spent enough time to be proficient with a deadly weapon on a moment's notice, even if they just thresh grain. So you can see in the beer garden that someone is going around handing out like leftover swords, and people inside the beer garden are arming themselves, forming into like elven phalanx units and preparing to exit.
Okay.
There's at the statuary park, it's clear, but at the passenger offloading area and onboard Captain Espresso's ship, the Velocity Raven, you can see that the crew has formed a circle around Captain Espresso and his daughter, and they are currently fighting to get back to the ship. They're all like at various points at the bottom of the gangplank, on the ship, fighting off zombie attacks. And
so the place is filthy with zombies.
Yes, and with your good enough perception, you can't see it, but you can hear the sounds of magic coming from the seaweed.
From the seaweed?
Yes, that's the bar where Runa got tattooed. Oh, sorry, Rickjack's got tattooed up, and Runa got drunk. And
okay, so like, where is the greatest concentration of zombies right now?
The greatest concentration of zombies. I don't feel like a 17 in the middle of combat is going to tell you that. There are zombies all over the place.
Okay. And like towards the docks.
Don't worry. As soon as you defeat this group, more waves will show up for you to fight.
But in the passenger offloading area is where the sailors are at, right?
That's correct.
And then there are groups of elves in both beer gardens.
Publicly arming themselves and preparing to exit to go into fights.
Okay. So
I do want to point out that this fight has only lasted like 30 seconds. So it will be some time before the civilian militia is ready to go.
Okay. So I'm going to go over here out of range of Moonbeam next to Little One. I'm like, listen, I understand that maybe the shawl was not a great idea, even though personally it was excellent. Whatever.
The shawl would be better if you washed it every once in a while.
But then it loses its good luck. We're not talking about the shawl right now. We're not talking about the shawl. There are armed elves about to be everywhere, and I would prefer if they like moved in the direction of the zombies instead of like at us crazy people who are already waving weapons around. So if you could like get them moving in that direction, that would be great.
Why would they go after you when there's zombies attacking the town?
Because they don't like people who are not elves. I don't know if you've noticed, your people are super racist around here.
That is super racist, assuming that they're going to attack you and not the actual threat.
I'm just saying we need to, be prepared for all eventualities. And one of our guys is a dwarf, and besides all the dwarfy reasons you would want to attack him, elves and dwarves don't really get along, do they?
I don't know. I like him.
Yeah, I don't know if you're the best judge of character. And we really have only known each other for half a day at this point? Get to know Kaz before you decide how you feel about Kaz is what I'm saying.
Mortrick, not the time.
Yeah.
All right, that's my action.
That's your whole action, is to just walk
Yeah.
over to Lilith to talk to her.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
done.
I'm not judging. I just wanted to confirm. I mean, I am judging, but
Rick,
not
you're
like
blessed.
Rick Jacks.
All right, so I got a question. So since I fight with 2 weapons, does it take an action to swap out one weapon for another, like my
No.
offhand weapon?
So, at first I might have said something like that, but that is not true. You can swap weapons while moving, as long as you don't do any other secondary actions while moving, like opening a door.
And I assume I can only swap one weapon, right? Because
No, you can actually swap both
Okay.
for 2 more.
Okay. All right. I ask because I'm trying to decide if I should keep my main ghost on or do the other one. So what I'm going to do is put the main ghost back, pull out my fake gun, and shoot a firebolt at this zombie here.
How bold. Yeah. Let me ask. You haven't completed this thing yet, right? Like, you've only just begun work on it.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
just like a hand crossbow with a cone.
it right now. It's just like simple blocks put together. I still have to
Okay.
carve it out.
It will fool literally no one.
Yeah.
The rest of your party watches as you pull this thing out. What was your arcane focus? It was the necklace, right?
The mirror necklace thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your necklace flashes briefly as you channel your magic through it, and you fire out a firebolt from your gun.
Yeah. We could call it a crossbow if it's easier.
I mean, we could just call
Your
it what
Red
it
Ryder
is.
BB gun.
Fake gun. Yeah, Red Ryder BB gun.
Let's see,
I assume
so-
you have to hit the firebolt or something like that.
I do. So I'm going to
It's one of
cast
those
it.
ranged
Yeah, it's
attacks.
one of those.
That will hit, and it will deal 2 points of damage.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'll take it. And then for the bonus action, then I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Move to there.
I mean, you don't have to bonus action that.
Your movement.
Oh,
You can just
well,
move.
Okay. And I don't have any
Can
bonus
you
action.
sneak
worthy.
attack on range attacks? I think you can.
Say that again?
You can hit and attack if you have advantage.
Yes,
You
I
don't need
can.
advantage if another enemy is within 5 feet of the target. So I mean, if you want to use
The
your
sneak
sneak
attack.
attack, qualify on. Oh no, does it happen on spells? That is a better question. Can arcane trickster sneak attack on spells?
I don't know the answer to that.
You know who does know the answer to that is probably Google.
Or D&D Beyond.
Probably can't because I think that's a skill I learned at later levels. There's a magical ambush ability. So I'm going to assume I can't until later.
Magical ambush. It's when you're hidden from a creature, you
Oh,
get
okay.
advantage, disadvantage. Spells do not count as weapons. It must be a finesse or ranged weapon.
Oh, that's right. Gotta be finesse. So that would
Spells
answer
are
that.
not considered weapons. Okay, so yeah, no. You
Okay.
cannot sneak attack on this, but you also don't need to spend your bonus action, just in case there's any other weird edge case thing you wanted to do with it.
Okay. And we cannot. It doesn't matter. I think that's it. My action's done.
All right, Cazador, you continue to have no one in melee range helping you out. Everyone continues to move
Seriously.
directly behind you and to the right.
I mean, that is
punched a
literally your
zombie
job.
next to
though.
him.
They just hang out back there.
I punched a zombie next to him.
You're okay. You're kind of close to him. I feel
I feel like I stepped into the middle of them, and I've been just slowly working through them this entire time. I mean, I guess the moonbeam is up. So
To be fair, you
See,
ran
the moonbeam's got your
them.
back
Directly in.
inside of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's because that's what Kaz does.
15 will not hit.
Right,
The
and
zombie-
like I feel like the rest of us have done our jobs and have gotten out of your way to allow you to run directly.
Is that how it works? Though? Okay.
You also have the highest AC out of all of us.
Well, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm
That's
trying
right.
to do. Anyway,
Lilwyn, I
tank.
believe you have 6 rounds left on your moonbeam, and it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Can I move the moonbeam now? I can.
And
All right.
I want to remind you, though, that if you move it through an ally, they will take damage.
I know. I'm trying to remember how far I can move it. I think
60
40, 60 feet. And each of these is 5 or 10.
Yep, 5.
Yeah.
5, 10, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55.
My
Yeah.
God. Exactly.
Oh.
Nailed it.
It's like someone is drawing a reverse C around you. The laser drops from the sky, and you can watch as the top layer of dirt and dust is like scoured off of the street around you. All of the blood evaporating as the moonbeam goes around you. You're just like, what's going on? It's
While that
Lemon
happens, I want to turn to Lilith and is like, is that how you guys keep this place so clean?
It burns the zombie away. No saving throw.
That's a heck of a
Several seconds later,
Mhm.
Hal shows up riding the cart with Winslow. He says, "Oh, okay. This place looks awful. There's zombies everywhere. Princess, I know you want to escape right now, but I don't think that's going to happen. We should return to the palace immediately so that you can be safe with your family. It would be crazy for us to try to board the ship in these conditions."
I'm gonna take up a defensive position where I'm at.
Okay, all right. Hal turns toward Mortrick, and then, after brief moments of consideration, turns toward Kazdor and says, "You must agree with me, Kazdor.
But like, Dad, what are you
You're
doing?
a wise man of logic."
Lilywin, I think it might be wise for you to return to the castle. But we'll support you anyway, which way you want to go.
What are you guys going to do?
We are.
We're hunting zombies.
Pretty sure we're gonna get you to tell those elves to get us to the boat safely, and then when we get to the boat, we'll have to come up with a new plan because the first plan will have completely fallen apart by then.
Hal's just like, "That's true, but why are we doing this?"
We could save Espresso and get her to the ship that way.
Wait, do we even need to get to the ship? We're trying to get out of town on land, aren't we?
We don't.
You're on an island.
Oh, so we do need to get to the ship.
We do need
yeah.
to get
Yes, Havens is an island country.
Yeah. We're getting to the ship because we're on an island.
Yeah.
Hal says, "Why are we even doing this? Why are we risking our lives for these people?"
Because I'm like 90% sure, and I'm going to be like quiet and just talk to Hal, that Rick Jacks caused this somehow, maybe?
He
So
then
I-
loudly shouts, "Rick Jacks caused this." But
Rick
it's like a
Jacks,
question.
move
It's not like
back.
a statement.
Keep it quiet, Dad. Listen, we just need to get to the boat. And then when we
Agreed.
get to the boat, we'll come up with a new plan. Either we stay here and solve another problem, because that's what we do, or
I'm
we just
gonna-
get out.
I do
I'm gonna
think
head
we
over
need
to
to. We need to.
Lilywin
Sorry.
and put her on the cart.
Okay. Lilywin, do you want to be put on the cart?
Yeah, I can just stand there and be like,
She'll put herself on the cart.
okay.
And say, wait, where are we going?
Don't touch me. I can do
We
that.
need to get out of here. Fast.
All right. So I need everybody to re-roll initiative as I reveal the location of the next zombie hordes.
Better than my last initiative.
Hold on. I have to.
So I know you guys are all drawing and doing other stuff, but I'm going to show you where they are real quick using the power of magic. Horde 1, Horde 2, Horde 3. Your guys' group.
Is
Where-
Horde 3
Where's
the
the
horde
ship?
around the boat crew?
No, the boat crew is fighting a completely different horde.
Okay.
They're just in your way.
Okay.
And where are the boats?
Where's the ship? Yeah.
The ship is located. I'll draw it.
If we can see it from here.
You can't. You can definitely see it from here.
Okay.
Ship's located right here. It's the new black thing in the middle of the ocean. Nope, that didn't work.
Damn, our initiative is fantastic. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Ooh. Yeah.
Right here.
All right.
Lilywin's at an 11. Rune is a 17. Kazdor is correct. Mick is correct. And I got to re-roll for the zombies. I always feel like somebody's watching me.
And I'll just tell Hal to head for the ship.
Yeah.
I mean, so Hal's got a cart, and he's riding, on the cart with you.
Yeah.
Lilwyn, I guess you're in the cart now, which the cart will move every round 20 feet around towards the ship. Winslow is not a young horse, nor does he.
We need a horse that can fight zombies.
Right?
No such horse exists. Can I suggest several deadly animals for you that you could also have pull the cart? Okay, little one's on the cart. Let's move this thing to the back. Cazador.
Yep.
It is your turn, sir, to decide what you would like to do.
So where is the car? Okay, she's on the car, and the car can move 20 feet a turn.
Yes.
Okay, and so that's just 4.
Always abandon the cart, and it's live goat, Hal, all of his spices, all of your extra gear that you're not carrying.
Right.
Mortrix diploma, probably.
So, extra toilet paper. I don't need that degree to prove I'm a real boy.
You do need it to prove you're a real bard, though. I mean, it's definitely not going to be your sick raps.
I say we flank stage left. My right, our right on the map. Guys,
Which direction are you going? Up, down, left, right?
Go
Can
down.
we say something, or do we need to respond in turn order, like on our
Turn order, yeah. I mean,
I feel like we should go like here.
Want to go that way?
Yeah, towards the ship.
Can we go through the statuary park?
yes.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, let's go to the park then.
Okay, I guess we're rolling straight through, guys.
All right.
1, 2. I guess the car can only move 1 square slower than I can. So
It can move 4 squares.
right, Kaz can move 5. So
5 squares.
Mortrick.
that's a 1 dash. Yeah.
I'm gonna say, Runa, do you think you and Rick Jax can take Horde 2? I can run ahead, and Kaz and I can take care of Horde 1, and then hopefully the cart can beat Horde 3 there.
I haven't seen any zombies yet, except for these guys over here, probably.
Rick Jackson and I can use our ranged attacks in the meantime until they come. I don't think we need to rush off and separate ourselves. That's how you get killed with zombies.
Runa, are you hopping up into the cart?
Yeah.
All right. So now Hal is squished between Runa and Lilwyn. And he's just like, okay, all right, that's
I can be in the back of the car.
okay. I mean, I like the imagery of you just like power moving up, you, like climbing over the horse and pulling yourself up by the rein in one motion and sitting next to him. But yeah, you can move to the back of the cart.
Getting real comfy.
Wait, how do you do the shift move click? Is it shift?
Only the GM can do that.
I thought we could do that, where we could like control.
If you hold shift and click at a location, it'll draw people there.
No, like something about when we move, like it will.
Oh,
like,
if you
the
hold
boxes.
Q or whatever, it'll let you do that.
Oh, there we go.
That work? Yeah, you got to hold
Yeah.
Q while you're doing it, and
Wait,
then
why is
space
it
bar at every
all
stopping
over it
point.
like that? That's not how I want to move.
Well, how do you want to move?
Just straight ahead.
All right.
I'm
You
gonna
don't have to do it at every place that you're stopping at. Only when you change directions.
Okay.
Because right now it's going to take forever for your token to read.
Well,
Slowly.
This is why we don't do this.
So for you, I think it snapped immediately over there for you, but for us, it's still at the 15-foot mark. It's only halfway.
Yeah, just hit the
Yeah,
Runa.
I'm like 2 squares in front of Kaz. Okay.
Yes.
And
We can see where you're going to end up because it's giving us a marker.
Okay, and I think I used my action to talk because I talked for a while.
I mean, talking is a free action, as they say.
Okay. How's everyone on? Everyone's finest. Yeah, I'm done.
Runa, you're just hanging out in the cart.
Yeah.
Rick Jax,
Just gonna protect Lilwyn and Hal.
I'm
Just-
going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll move to there, and I'll shoot this zombie because I can.
Sorry, I missed that. Which one are you shooting?
The one
Upper
down
right?
at the bottom, is that
This
group
guy?
1? Yeah, that guy
Yep.
right there. And
I'm gonna zoom out. That'll make things a little easier. Nope, it actually made things way harder.
It's a big
All
night.
right, I'm there. Go ahead. Hit me with your spell. Hit me with your best shot. Fire
Yeah.
away. I'm feeling good about this.
And
Pretty easy to hit. Yep. Yeah, that'll hit and hurt very badly.
okay. I'm going to be sniping them as long as I can.
Yeah, I should have fired a crossbow off before, but I didn't think of it.
Yeah, that's why you're a dwarf and I'm a gnome.
Lilwyn.
You know where the cart's planning to move?
down.
Straight ahead.
Straight ahead. Can I hold my turn until the cart moves?
What would you like to do with your action? What are you holding for?
I'm holding for the thing to get here.
And then you will.
Cast Moonbeam here.
Okay. Where did I put? Gosh, what is it called? Sorry, I'm getting the HAL token. I just realized there isn't one.
What's the range on Moonbeam?
Oh,
120 feet plus
Yeah.
5 feet per level.
Sweet.
that's
Okay.
what I should have done.
Wow, these spells have really long range.
All right.
I love
Pays
it.
to be a magic caster sometimes.
Yep.
Not that our group would know.
Nope.
I mean, you guys have
We
a
have-
magic caster.
I mean, are you counting Mortrick?
Oh,
I,
now that I'm
I am.
level 3.
why would you say that? That is exactly who I was counting. That's very insulting, sir. All right. Let me get Hal up here, and then Hal and the cart are moving 20 feet forward. Lilwyn, your Moonbeam cast goes off. You think you can just move your Lilwyn Moonbeam token to wherever you want to place it? I just want to double check your range.
Yeah, she could put it right in front of the zombies.
I was counting that too to make sure.
That's-
to see how
I
close
think
it
she
is.
said this one over here.
Sorry, which one? Oh, that one over there.
Yeah.
Yep, that's 120 right there.
Oh, it's right on the zombies 120, that one?
You could hit everybody.
Sweet.
Oh,
Put
man.
it there.
Fiction.
You drop a moonbeam right on top of the zombies that are by the inn that you were staying at. As you drop the moonbeam, you can see the paint on the inn walls beginning to flake as you deal damage to the inn.
Whoops.
In the process, you hit all of the zombies at the same time. And they succeed. Oh, and I got one more because there's actually 4 zombies.
Wait, I didn't think they saved on that.
A moonbeam?
I
Oh
think
no, it's
It's for half.
Like takes them down to 0, right?
No, they have to save for half because that's how moonbeam works.
Right. Yeah, but after they die,
After
again-
they die, they don't need to, but this
Then they don't.
this definitely will not kill them.
Okay, yeah.
It will deal 16 damage only to the first zombie. The rest will all tough it out and only take 8. However, you have dealt a good amount of AoE damage. And as we know from WoW raids, to top the DPS meter, you just got to deal AoE damage. And then you go, ha ha, look at how much I'm kicking that warrior's ass. The zombies go, and they go like this: down, 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 down. 1, 2, 3. No, that's wrong. I don't know what's happening with Roll20 today. It's bugging out. All right. Hey, Moonbeam's back here. I always feel like somebody's watching me.
This
The
is now just a thriller
begin
video.
splitting up throughout the city. Is that the stance of your group right now, Cazador White Knuckle? You don't know if you caused this?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Until there's evidence otherwise, you can't prove it.
Can't prove it anyway.
So the zombies begin charging down the corridor between the beer gardens and across the statuary park towards your group. By charge, I kind of mean stumble, but they're starting to pick up speed. Cazador, Hal is nearby, and he's just like, "Go, Kaz, go get them! Can't let them anywhere near Winslow or the princess."
I shoot him a look as I gear up my crossbow.
We'll talk later then.
And I'm moving my 25 feet and shooting the one that Rick Jack shot.
Now tell me about your crossbow stance. I don't know that we've seen you fire a crossbow before.
Yeah, in the first episode at least, I think I fired it down the hall.
Well, you're
Yeah.
a battle master now,
I
right?
think he killed a dog.
Is it
Crossbow.
one-handed? Is it two-handed? Are we doing like Weaver stance, isosceles?
Do you bend the knee?
Do you bend the knee?
No, definitely no bending of knees. He's
No
already
bending of
gone
knees?
up.
Okay.
No, he does it
Between the legs.
like at
No.
the waist,
Cocks it
right?
sideways.
No one does either of those. You can't even do that with a crossbow.
You can't do it at the waist.
Bolt would just fall out of the receiver.
In that case,
Damn it, Cass! How many times do we have to tell you can't shoot it like that?
well, in that case, I guess he raises it up for a regular old shot. And
All right.
takes a shot.
He's a battle master now, but he still sticks with the old ways.
I don't. How many other stances are there? He definitely doesn't bend the knee. That's for sure.
I mean, Weaver and Isosceles are the traditional shooting
You
stances.
could granny shot it, just shoot it through the legs.
No one does that. Stop saying it. Literally no one would shoot a crossbow through their legs. No one would do it more than once. That will actually hit on an 8.
Nice.
Wow.
But only do 2 damage.
Yeah, it's not significant. It actually doesn't even hit the zombie. The zombie just stumbles sideways into another zombie in an attempt to dodge it. More trick.
It's been a while. I'm a little rusty.
Right.
I love that chat is like, the Chancellor might have been right, and then during the week we found out that Connor actually supported the Chancellor's Ultra Hitler propositions. Guys was like, I don't know that the Chancellor did anything wrong, and I'm like, what am I hearing right now?
Chancellor did nothing wrong. Look, I mean, if the demon apocalypse is upon us, Chancellor was making measures. And,
You got to take strong moves, authoritarian, unite the world.
well, I mean, look, either unite the world
Hypnotize
or
the king and queen and everybody else. So yeah.
die trying. Gazdor is definitely, pro-military.
More trick, you have charged to the front of the pack. This is an unusual location for you.
So I'm gonna charge over here.
Oh my God.
Where is the boat crew?
The boat crew is all over their boat.
They're all on the boat.
Yes.
Okay.
They're
so-
at the bottom of the boat's landing ramp, so it's like
Okay. So what's the little girl's name?
her. You want her
Ow.
actual name or her fake dragon name?
Her fake dragon name.
Cynthia.
Cynthia. So I'm gonna be yelling towards the boat crew from where. Oh shit! I don't know what I pushed. I'm yelling towards the boat crew as I charge to the front. Is Cynthia okay?
You can see her. They've surrounded Espresso and Cynthia,
Okay.
and they're like Mr. President in up
Okay.
the gangplank to where there's 2 zombies on the ship deck.
Okay. That's what I'm doing. That's my action. Racing.
Yeah. So one of the crew members, the quartermaster, calls back. The quartermaster is like, "Yes, she's fine for now."
Okay, and then as my last little thing, I'm gonna draw out Gorfang and say, "Please don't be cursed." And
Oh,
then
it's
I'm ready.
super cursed. The whole blade looks like blood is dripping off it. No blood ever physically comes off the blade, just the sheen on the metal always looks like there's a blood stain on it that moves around the sword. You ask it for not to be cursed, and the blade answers you with a giant fuck you.
Allegedly.
100%. There's no alleging it. Runa, you're on the cart. You want to stay on the cart?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on the cart.
Doing anything else?
I'll just hold my action for if any zombies come around, I can punch them.
Very well. Rick Jacks.
All right, so I'm going to cast Silent Image,
Ooh.
and I'm going to put an image of a giant, because I can do 15-foot cube, a giant version of Cazador. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45,
No longer than a 15-foot cube.
Yeah,
Yep.
right there, just as a distraction.
Mordrick, you see a giant Kaz come before you.
Like, Kaz, how'd you get here so fast? Thank
like it.
you.
I like it.
He doesn't say anything, it's silent.
All right, and I'm going to
Okay, I understand.
stay where I'm at. So that's it. That's
Just-
my turn.
Just don't be mad at me forever. I'm sorry I called you racist.
Mad.
So,
You cast
so the,
Foul Kaz, and I think you should have control of the token in case we need to move it later. But you summon a giant Cazador.
yeah, that's waving his hammer and looking threatening.
So Cazador, you watch as suddenly your giant ass appears at face level towards you, and then just begins waving a hammer around. But there's no noise at all. It's just you taking a defensive stance, fighting how Rick Jacks believes you fight.
Shooting a crossbow between his legs.
Oh my God.
To the side.
I would point out that the bolt will travel to the edge of the illusion and then disappear.
Oh yeah, that's good.
The bolt is the size of a log. Super easy to tell that is fake. Willowin, what would you like to do?
I would like to move my moonbeam here.
You do, and let's roll some saves and some damage as you chase the zombies with your moonbeam, and are met with sizzling. Ooh, no! What's your save? Is it 13?
It's 12.
Okay, well then I actually save 3 times. I apologize. I actually don't apologize, but save for
You only saved one.
7 burned. And but there's +3 for all of them.
Gotcha.
Yep. I'm just rolling dice real quick. So this guy saved for 7. Left to right, up to down. This guy failed for 14, and he's dead too. And this guy should also, by order of operations, be alive, and he is. So the moonbeam chases after them as they move forward, and 2 of them just explode into green clouds that then fade into the eternal light burning, as all of the mist just evaporates underneath the hot sunbeam. Well, moonbeam. The other 2 zombies, they aren't like looking around for their comrades, they're just continuing to move towards you.
Effective in the fire thing, yes.
And now the cart and everybody in it is moving forward. Some people have become detached from the cart. Let's fix that. That's not good. There we go. Now everybody's back in the cart. Let's talk about zombies. I think there's an intelligence check to noticing illusions. I thought it was like a DC 14 illusion check. Or some intelligence check to see if you notice illusions or something like that.
I can throw up the spell info. think
I mean,
they
just
have
illusion.
they have to interact, and then it's an investigation.
In physical interaction.
Yep, and a creature that uses its action to examine the image can determine that it is an illusion with an intelligence check.
So the first one is going to move forward and attack, and immediately determine that it is fake. Unfortunately, the other ones don't care because they don't share a language and they aren't intelligent. So all of them move forward and determine that it's fake. That's their whole turn.
Okay.
They all move forward and get attacking it, and then they look around, and then all of them as one turn towards Mortrick.
I gave you a chance to run, Mortrick.
Zombies over here, now that they're at speed, they're going to move.
So I got a question. It doesn't really say that even though they know it's an illusion, I mean, they're zombies. I don't know if they would know, but it doesn't dispel, right? It's just that they know it's an illusion.
That's correct.
Yep.
So
Okay.
even if you change the form of the illusion, they've already seen through it.
Yeah. Okay.
The other zombies are not fooled by it. I'm sorry. The other zombies are fooled by it, as are anybody else in the area. However, I'm sure most intelligent creatures would be able to notice the real Cazador and Super Cazador and draw a conclusion that maybe one of them is an illusion, especially when a bunch of zombies run through it and out the other side.
Absolutely. Okay.
Speaking of Super Cazador, let's talk to less Super Cazador.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the super
I
casual.
mean, we could
right
call
here.
you regular Caz. You know what? I'll take that.
All right, I'm gonna move my 5 paces forward. 1, 2, 5, and I'm gonna shoot at the one closest to Mortrick.
You shoot through super Caz.
Yep,
Right through its
right
spine.
through it. I guess it could be at a disadvantage, I suppose.
No, there's no disadvantage. I mean, you're shooting through your legs. Congratulations, Cazador.
So he's
You
shooting
have
a crossbow
successfully
through his leg.
Got a crossbow bolt through your own legs. I said it couldn't be done, and I was proved wrong. Who knew?
Take that, DM.
Sorry, which one were you shooting at?
The one closest to Mortrick?
Okay, all right. You hit him for 9 points of damage. Fake Cazador turns at the hips back to you, gives you a smile and a thumbs up before putting it down.
Give him a smack for me.
Rich actually doesn't know what happened though. It's like his illusion gained a mind of its own temporarily.
Sentience.
Mortrick. Yeah, these zombies are laser focused on you right now.
Okay. Only one left in that group.
Mortrick's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna keep going. I played Left 4 Dead. I know that the guy who runs for the end always lives.
I mean, yeah, I am still running towards the boat. What's the zombie situation by the boat?
They have almost cleared out the zombies at the end of the gangplank, and the boat is completely clear now.
Okay.
There's a lot of sailors violently stabbing some corpses.
Okay. I'm gonna call over to the sailors and be like, "We've got to stop these before they get to the boat." And then I'm gonna attack this guy with.
I mean, when you say that, the quartermaster's just like, you can't even remember my name. There's no way I'm coming out there with my men to risk our lives for you.
Do it for Cynthia.
Say my name.
Cynthia's friend, the
Okay.
quartermaster.
You can see that he's gesturing to the men to get everybody on board so we can pull the gangplank up as soon as possible.
All right, and then as I swing wildly at this guy, I'm just gonna say, "Please don't be cursed. Please don't be cursed. Please don't be cursed."
So cursed. It's cursed, but it also hits for 5 points of damage. Runa?
And I
There
got
any
one
way
more
I can
inspiration as
discard?
my.
Oh, sorry, Mortrick, you're throwing another inspiration out. Do you have one left?
I got one left.
All right,
Got
who are you
one
going to
left.
drop it on?
Is there a range I have to be in? 60 feet.
Yes.
Kaz.
I've
Kaz already
used mine.
has
Kaz has one.
Oh, then
Jeez.
nothing.
Rickchex has one.
Yeah. How long do they last?
It's either Runa's outside of range, so
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
only
give it
Lilliwan.
to Lilliwan. And I'm gonna say, You may be snobby and stuck up, but that moonbeam is pretty badass.
That's rude, but it is very badass.
All right, that's it. Now I'm out of inspiration.
You may be snobby and stuck up. All right, Runa, what are we doing?
Is there any way I can make this cart go faster?
I mean, you could take the horse by the reins and try to get Winslow to move faster. If you want to push Hal out of the way and make an animal handling check.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Hal's just like, oh my, oh.
Let's go faster. And then, what?
All right, make an animal handling.
And that is a skill.
Yes.
Something like that, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's a dedicated skill.
The Winslow does not go faster. He does not stop.
Can I use my inspiration? Oh wait, I don't have one.
Now I gave it.
Oh, I was about to say this would have been amazing.
This would have been a great one.
Yeah. You were 5 feet out of range, or it would have been yours.
Yeah, you just keep him moving at a regular speed. No stopping, no running ahead. Winslow turns his head back towards you as he continues to plod along, and then makes a what is it, snickering noise, and then turns back forward. I've been around horses. I just don't remember what weird noises they make when they're. Yeah,
That's
something
another
like
one.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that's the noise they made right before they dropped a huge poop during New York City parades, but
Alright, that's
I don't know if you've ever seen those Clydesdales walking along behind a Budweiser cart. Rick Jacks. Speaking of things that are taking a huge poop, let's talk about your illusion. Literally, no one believes it anymore. Cazador is shooting through it. Mortrick is fighting beside it. The zombies don't give a shit.
I wonder if it even lasts. Oh, duration 10 minutes. I'm just going to leave it there.
All right. I think it's concentration, though, right? You can't cast another concentration spell while it goes up. Minor illusion.
No,
Nope,
silent
it just
image.
sticks around. No concentration. You just poof it into existence.
Yep.
All right, so it should be noted that on a loop, the fake Kaz is going around slamming his hammer, and then like a repeat, it goes through the same motions over and over again, completely missing the zombies.
Works for me. It was
Nothing
meant,
like me.
meant to be a distraction. All right. So I'm actually going to hop on the wagon and then shoot firebolt at that one right in front of Mortrick.
Sorry, it was silent image, not. It's silent image, not minor illusion, right?
Correct. It
Yes,
is
you do have to
concentration.
concentrate on it, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's it. It stays until I cast another spell, right? Is that how it works?
10 minutes, or until you cast another concentration spell, or I start hitting you and you fail a concentration check.
Gotcha. Okay.
Cast other spells as long as they don't take concentration.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good to know.
Lillian, your time is up. You can no longer see your moonbeam location. I believe that means it's stuck there, right? You can't move it unless you can see it?
I don't remember it saying that.
Let's see here.
And
It just says on each of your turns you can, after you cast a spell, you can use an action to move the beam up to 6 feet in a direction.
Very well, then. I'll allow it. Rick Jacks, you definitely hit. Sorry, which one were you shooting with that?
the one closest to Mortrick, right in front of him.
Well, he needs to make a 15. So he actually needs a 12. Nope. All right, Mortrick. This is like some Jaws situation. The zombie's moving towards you. It has ignored everything around it. It has been assailed by multiple attacks. It is inches away from colliding with you when all of a sudden there's like a splash of napalm over it, and then there's just ash floating to the ground. You turn and you see Rick Jacks with this clearly fake gun pointing it in your direction.
I'm like, I didn't know you got that thing working already. That's amazing.
I'll give the barrel a blow the smoke out.
All right, Lilwyn, I will accept that you can move your moonbeam. However, you don't know where the zombies are because you can't physically see them and couldn't at the start of your turn.
That's fair. So I'm going to start moving it to where I can see the moonbeam.
You have control of it, so you can sweep it to wherever you want to go. You know, like most space lasers, it'll just leave a huge wreck in its path.
Everything's super clean now.
That's
It
true.
reminds me of an orbital strike in StarCraft.
Yeah, it is like an orbital strike in Star Trek. Especially because she can use it while she's hiding invisibly. It's zombie time. This guy dashes in.
Into the
All
beer
right, so
garden
the
they
zombies
go.
are disappearing into buildings and attacking the populace in the interiors.
I think we better run.
I mean, it's fine, right? There's never been a situation where an infected zombie goes into a building and then a shit ton of zombies come out. More trick. Just to be clear, fake Kaz and this. Oops. Wait, I can fix this. Why did fake Kaz go behind? Oh, that's why. Alright. The zombie is occupying the same space as fake Kaz. So what's happening for people who haven't seen through the illusion, which is the whole rest of the party, including Cazador, is that every time fake Kaz's left boot goes up, a zombie is there. And then he disappears every time the boot comes down. He's inside the illusion.
What?
Mortrick, what's your AC? Not high, right?
It's 13. Or-
Well, you take 3 hits, sir.
Oh, it is 13.
The zombies surround you and begin mauling you, kind of like a bear.
All right.
I hope you have a lot of hit points.
Oh, you know I don't.
You take 12 points of damage over 3 attacks as the 3 zombies surround you and begin assailing you violently.
That's amazing.
How you doing? You nearly dead?
Oh, I'm pretty close. I don't want to give it away, but
I mean, I'm the game master, so I'm just gonna go ahead and look at your character. It says you only have 12 hit points to start with.
am I
Yeah.
only 12? Did I not heal after last time?
I don't know. I'm just clicking on your character. It says you have 12 left.
Yeah.
Does this knock you down?
Well, I have 13. Like on D&D Beyond, I was still up at 13. What's
Okay,
it on the
you're
roll?
down to 1 hit point then.
I think I might have punched you or something.
Oh my god, that's
Oh,
right. He
you
did
did!
punch you. Mortrick goes down. Mortrick goes down. After a violent attack by an ally, Mortrick is left crippled and wounded before the zombies.
Remember when you said that 1 point's gonna matter?
Yes, I do remember saying something like that. Cazador, you see Mortrick turn towards you and raise a hand as the zombies engulf him and bring his body down to the ground. You see him raise an accusatory finger towards you.
Well, I guess I'll do something about this.
You sure you want to? Aren't you scared of the giant Cazador?
You gonna punch him again?
What's his dead body?
You did all right, kid.
Yeah. Is it my turn?
It is indeed your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk, I guess, around the giant gas door. 1, 2.
Very uncomfortable situation for you.
Run through his legs.
Well, I mean, yeah, then he'll be standing up on me. It'd be weird.
Yeah.
Double tap. Yeah. All right, and then I'm gonna hit this guy right here.
You wouldn't want to teabag yourself.
Come on now. Show me the power of your dice, Cazador.
Hey, is
Yes.
dispelling, turning a spell off, is that an action?
Dismissing a concentration spell.
Yeah.
I'm sure that that's something we can Google real quick. D&D 5e dismissing spell.
I think you could just do it as a free action.
Can a caster dismiss a concentration spell? You can't dismiss a spell unless it requires concentration and you decide to end your concentration. There you go.
Yep.
So like at any time, it's not an
At
action.
any time.
I mean, I think it's a free action.
Yeah, it's a free action.
All right. I'd like to dispel or turn off big giant Kaz.
You can do that on your turn.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then big giant Mortrick. You're dying, sir. You're in that condition where zombies are. Ooh.
Save.
I mean, I was gonna talk you
Write
through.
your eulogy.
Whatever.
So
In the
Mortrick.
afterlife, I'm desperately trying to remember the quartermaster's name.
So I guess that's the scene we have for you, Mortrick, is that you look down through blurry vision and at least blood in one eye, and you see like these guys trying to rip the armor over your stomach out so that they can claw away into your innards, and then your vision fades and you're like, oh, and then you find yourself sitting in a table in a tavern, and the quartermaster's across from you, and he says, "So what was my name again?" You remember it, of course. You've been taking thorough notes, right?
Can I make? Well, when I come back to consciousness, can I make an intelligence roll to remember his name?
You can make an intelligence roll now, as far as I'm concerned.
Doing it.
Yeah.
Alvin, Theodore, the short, fat one. I don't remember his name.
Simon?
Simon.
Theodore was the short one.
Is he? Oh, he was, wasn't he? 8? Probably
No.
not. Nope.
Whose cell phone is that?
Jacoby.
My words.
Willoughby. Fredby. Hal? No, that's Dad.
100% we are going to get copyright strike on this video.
Right?
That's fine. I never monetize it anyway. That's because all of the artwork here belongs to these wonderful artists. And I want to remind you, audience, don't ask me about the artwork. You can ask these people on their Twitters, on their YouTubes and Twitches. I'll send you along the way, though. But don't ask me.
Alright, that's it. I'm done.
Runa. Actually, did I move the... I think I might have forgotten to move the cart this turn.
Yeah, it hasn't moved yet.
Don't worry. 2, 3, 4. That might be too far. But yeah, Runa, you're starting to get close. You see Mortrick go down. How do you feel about that?
I'm definitely gonna go save his ass.
I feel like there's probably always a little bit of relief that washes over the party, and they think, maybe this time.
Maybe this time it'll
Should,
stick.
should we leave him?
So I'm gonna jump off of the cart. 5, 10, 15.
Hal scrambles to take the reins again. He's like, "That's fine. It's fine. I got this."
So I'll get there, and then I'll punch that zombie in the face.
Okay.
And I do that with my weapon.
Yeah, that will hit.
Nice hit.
Cool.
Anything else?
Can I offhand attack him?
Yes,
Is
you
that
can.
okay? Do I just roll another punch attack?
Yeah, it's a bonus action punch attack. Yep.
Cool.
Spinning wheel kick punch to the face. It's like a kick punch, but it's actually more like a punch kick.
I do like a cartwheel and then come down with the leg and hit him on the head.
And he survives it. You hit him on the head, and then your foot bounces off.
And
I
his
guess you
head
could
bounces
say
up
he
and
really is like Mortrick because he's so hard-headed. That took way longer than I thought it would. I forgot to have my sunglasses popped open ahead of time. Rick Jacks, would you like to dismiss your giant Kaz spell?
I would, please.
Kaz, the giant Kaz disappears right in front of you. It's very unsettling.
Okay.
I mean, every part of it was unsettling.
That's what I would look like if I was Moradin.
20, 25,
And I want to remind you, it's Rick Jax's version of what he thinks you look like. So it's not. It is nowhere near exact. You know how it is, right? When another artist tries to, like you do a self-portrait, and then an artist does a portrait of you, and you're like, that's what you think I look like. He's not even of the same race as you, so like maybe he doesn't even see in the same color spectrum as you do.
He just draws a super generic dwarf.
Yeah.
Dwarfs all look the same. Come on, Cazador, you can't say that.
That's racist.
Rick Jax, you run forward.
I run forward, attack with my first weapon.
Charge. Slam into a zombie. You hit him. 9 points of damage. Do you want a sneak attack?
I do, and here it comes.
That was a trick, actually. Because he only has 1 health, so sneak attacking was a waste. But he's dead anyway, so...
Yeah. It was a trick. Thank you for that.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Wouldn't I know if he's dying, though, first, before I do the sneak attack?
No. When
Could
you
ask
sneak
him.
attack, it's... The order of operations is sneak attack, decision, and then... Sorry, attack, sneak attack, final result.
Okay. And...
Yeah, you charge forward, you just run right into him and stab him with your with your side sword, and just... The zombie falls down.
Okay, and I used all my movement, so that's my turn.
Do you have like a dagger or anything? Oh, I guess you couldn't bonus action a dagger.
No, I don't have it anyway. No.
Man, that would be really cool though.
Yeah, axe.
Lilowin, you sure you don't want to catch Mortrick in this giant laser hit? That's all I'm saying. He has had some very harsh words. You could clear his scarf up real quick. I've heard a good laser scouring will take the dirt right off of him.
That's as far as they can go right now.
Runa,
But
the giant silvery light beam is coming towards you at an unsettling place.
Fuck.
I also use bonus action to cast Healing Word on Mortrick.
My goodness, Mortrick, you suck in the sweet relief of life moments before the zombies begin attacking your down corpse.
Just in time for another attack.
Scream the name of the first mate.
You get 5 hit points.
Wow. Look at how lucky this guy is.
Wow.
All right, your corpse has 5 hit points. They
They
begin
only-
trying to slam on the ground around you, but they aren't used to having to attack targets that are on the ground, and so they both
only
miss.
Mostly
They're
dead.
very confused.
So the real question is, will Mortrick die this round? The answer we will find out after our break.
What?
So, Rena, Rick Jax, Hal is like, should I slow down? As he practically runs both of you down with the cart.
Keep going.
Winslow is like in between Runa and Rick Jax, looking at the zombies and going, "Grrr!" All right, guys, we'll be back for the second half in about 8 minutes, which will probably turn more into 10 because that's how these things work. Enjoy the break music, enjoy the break art, enjoy the break, video animation rotation thing. We'll be back.
All right.
I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map. We're out.
Sweet.
All right.
Food time.
dropped it in or something. Yeah, the dress is sweet.
Thank you.
I'm gonna use that for fan.
It's on the roll 20.
I'm on the tabletop, but they're on roll 20. Nice. That is dope.
It's druid.
Yep.
It's a very nice spell. It's very nice. When I get higher levels, I can cast it at higher levels and do an extra d10.
Druids are super OP, especially at the higher levels. At the level 20, you could basically shape into anything you want and just have consistent temporary HP. It's crazy.
I am not the strongest druid in this game. That's the moon druid, which I am not.
Did you watch the last Critical Role Battle Royale for Season 1?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I'm referencing.
shift and shift. Like,
Yeah,
they couldn't do anything to her.
Yeah, just temp HP all the way. Even if they all probably attacked her at the same time, she probably still
Yeah.
couldn't beat them.
Like, once Scanlan was out, they didn't have a chance. Like, he was their only shot.
That is amazing, Mick. That's really good. The pinup you sent?
Yeah, I tried a colored version, which was awful, so I'm not going to show it to you.
Okay. It'll be a challenge to color. But no, I love it. You got all these thematic things going on. You got the hammer.
Yeah, that hammer is really cool. I dig that hammer.
Thanks. Right now, it's like a simple sort of thing, and then maybe it'll change. Who knows?
Oh, indeed.
Yeah.
We got to go back.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I should grab more water.
I mean, you still got time right now.
Okay.
We're back, except for Bearded, who forgot to grab his water. Fortunately, his turn isn't for a while. Cazador,
Yes.
it seems likely that you will defeat your enemies here. The only question is, will you do it before Mordric is slain?
It's true.
But before we start your turn, I want to say two things. First off, we've got a new Lilwyn picture by Cotton that's like Lilwyn casting Moonbeam, directing balls of energy. I think it's pretty
it's
cool.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
I feel like Cotton is trying to channel the Zettai Ryuiki, which is what it's called, where you wear a skirt and thigh highs at the same time. In Japanese, it means absolute territory.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious about this Cazador. I'll admit I haven't had as much chance to glance over today as I normally would, because I've been running a fairly complex combat where you're being attacked from 3 directions. But if my expert art critique is correct, you have been doing some fine coloring painting on Cazador.
Yes, yeah, I colored him in today. And now I'm going to do a portrait, I guess.
Well,
See how that goes.
before you move away and do the portrait, let me ask. I want to sound like I know what I'm talking about. What would I need to say in order for you to be like, yes, I'm using this technique in order to do the coloring? oh, I see. You're using the Pierce Brosnan technique in order to conflux the transparency layer on the third. What are we doing here? What do we need to do for me to sound artsy?
I mean, I didn't do anything too fancy. You know, I just put in some flats and you know, you got your shadows on a multiply layer and some highlights on overlay.
I still don't know what that means.
And
Look, hopefully
the
the
Carter
artist-
Hughes technique.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's pretty generic. I mean, a lot of people use that sort of thing. And you know, just sort of doing some like in the flats layer. I like to sometimes put in some like minor changes to the local color, so that then you get some nice hue shifts, stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. And then I had some fun putting in all the sort of dents.
So what he's saying is the overall color, he likes to put a slightly different color with that color, so that it turns a little bit more.
Yeah, actually, I do have some of that going, but it's very, very minor. Most of what I was referring to before, though, with the local color, would be like, say, here in the boots. Like I could throw in some more. Where
I just want you to know, AP, I also have no idea what he's talking about. I don't color.
That, I mean, I'm sure that makes a lot of things very easy, and not doing that.
I can say I have no idea what he's talking about, and I do color differently.
yeah, there's there's different techniques and stuff. So yeah, then so underneath all this is the flats layer, and then over that is the multiply layers and the overlay layers and all that sort of stuff. Sort of adds the shadows and the effects and stuff. But then if you want to go into the flats layer and sort of add a little bit of micro texture, it can be kind of fun. And discoloration, especially with old objects like boots or armor or things like that, you can create imperfections.
I'm Connor Hughes. I'm amazing. Yeah.
Sit home. No, I don't like that. All right, what can I do to make that more? Slide sideways. Folks at home, you heard it here from professional artist Connor Hughes as to how you might be able to incorporate some new techniques into your drawings. Slide sideways. Glasses off. I'm back. No, I really didn't like that transition. I'm not liking it.
I thought it was pretty professional.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Down.
I'll work on it. You would not believe the amount of time I spend. I mean, one time I actually spent like an hour practicing putting this hat on like this, so that it would angle perfectly, but look really cool swishing around. You can tell that I've forgotten how to do it.
I always was impressed by the hat action. That's for sure.
Speaking of things that are impressive, let's talk about how impressed we're about to be that Cazador is going to kill one of the zombies.
You think we're close?
No, not particularly.
Okay.
But you do a lot of damage, and you might have an action surge or two left. It could happen.
Nope. I use my action surges.
Well, then you are fucked.
Yeah. Can I stand on top of Mortrick, or how does that work?
Stand on his face.
Not while he is conscious.
But he is.
If he's conscious, both of you has disadvantage.
Okay. So I
And
will stand
attacks against you guys have advantage.
here.
All right, you move beside Mortrick. You can see him struggling to get his hand back around Gore Fang.
Gore Fang, yep.
It's more Fang, yeah.
Gore
I
Fang.
cannot believe how often I want to say Gore Reaver.
The allegedly cursed sword.
I'm not even going to argue with you at this point. You know the truth.
Can I pull him away from the engagement without him taking hits?
That will be your action, and he has to accept that happening.
Mortrick?
Yes.
Yep, I'm good with that.
All right.
All right,
you
take my
yank him
hand,
away.
Mortrick.
Where do you want to put him?
I'll put him. Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Throw-
You
throw
just
him at-
That's
manhandle
a
him.
hell of a
You
throw.
Can he?
You swing him in a crescent. Swoosh.
Yeah, can he like swing me with such force that I land on my feet?
I will allow you to make an acrobatics check, Mortrick.
Right.
If you cannot get a 10 on this, you will take 1 point of damage from the stumble as you fall back down.
That 1 point could be like.
Roll a 9. You scrape your knee and fall back down to the ground. You and Kazdor have not practiced this dance maneuver, and you are not ready
Nope.
for the troll shuffle yet. Let's
And then
not even talk about the Elven Samba. There's no way you guys would be able to perform that.
Well,
You
that
might
goes
break
without saying.
Centurions doing
You
this
may
like
die.
the Caribbean does.
So then also Kazdor takes his tunnel fighter stance.
Oh my god. I would love that in a future episode. I'm just going to take Cal and be like, all right, we're so powerful now, but our teamwork still needs work. We're going to need to spend the whole episode learning ballroom dancing. You guys ready to do the goblin trot?
Dun, 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 dun.
I would tune in for that episode. That sounds super fun.
I would need to learn a lot of real dance moves to describe.
Dibs on Hal as a partner.
Who's the one that's left without a partner in a
It's
5-person?
not gonna be me.
It's probably Mortrick. Everyone partners up, and then I'm left all alone.
Well, you're the band.
Was sad Charlie
Oh,
Brown
that's true.
music
He
playing?
would be the band. Speaking of the band, let's talk about how you're banding yourself to the ground, holding onto your left knee because you're.
Ow! Okay, so it's 15 to stand up.
It's half of your movement, so yes, 15.
Rick Jackson, make a silent image for your partner.
Then it's just gonna dance how he thinks it dances. All right.
It is as equally bad at dancing as Rick Jackson. Every round when we check Rick Jackson's roll to dance, that is how good your partner is.
I'm gonna be like, Kaz, thank you, but that hurts. And then
You're the one that tried to stand up during it, though. You could have just accepted being dragged.
hold on, I gotta go catch our ride. And then I'm just gonna head 45 feet this direction.
So you're dashing?
Yeah, double dashing.
All right.
dashing, whatever. And I'm yelling at the boat, Steven, Clyburn, Bill, just any name I can
That is
think.
not the name of anyone who has ever been on that boat.
Cynthia, don't forget me.
So let me understand this if I've got it correct. I hate that your token is snapping around. I'm just gonna go ahead and move it. I can't move it. It continues. It's little 20 is so right
I
now.
can't count otherwise. It's so much
I
easier.
keep moving it to the end and
Can't
it
count.
snaps
It's
back.
5 increments.
If it counts for me, that's so much easier.
Oh my god! You can do the final place that you're putting the token, and it'll tell you how long it took to get there.
And your
Okay.
move actions are very Mortrick.
All right, so you are making a plea to the crew, the captain, and the quartermaster that you're Cynthia's friend, and that they should risk themselves to
Was I
get you
awake?
on the boat.
Yes. Was I awake when the zombie went into the building?
Yes.
Okay.
Make
Yeah,
a persuasion check at disadvantage. Actually, I'll let you make it at canceled out regular roll because you did ingratiate yourself to the crew by saving Cynthia multiple times. Well, just kind of once.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh my god! That's,
Natural
I
20.
should have just left it at disadvantage. All right, well, that's a critical success. So you call out for Cynthia, and she
My
turns.
boys, I caught a ride. Hurry it up.
She fluffs her dragon hat helm back up, her little pajama helm, and holds a hand out and goes, "Teacher!" And a tear streaks down her eye, and the whole crew turns as their hearts grow 3 sizes too large. And the captain says,
They die.
"Belay that order! Let the gangplank down! Someone razzle out the... I don't know what it's called. Dude, someone get a
Dazzle.
block and tackle out there to lift the cart. We're bringing them on board. And charging them double.
On Mortrick.
On Mortrick. I probably didn't say that. Runa, Mortrick has secured rare transportation off of this island during a time of great crisis.
How wonderful, friend.
Well, I mean, between you and Mortrick, there are 2 zombies. And they're looking for someone to eat.
10.
Also, the cart is still moving forward at full speed. And if the zombies are not dead, it will collide with the zombies.
Gonna move here. And then punch that zombie.
I understand. Show me
There's-
the power of your dice.
Bam! Oh, god damn it.
That will hit.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
That will not deal enough damage to defeat the zombie.
Then I'll do my,
Offhand attack.
Yeah.
You literally attack with your second hand. You openly slap him in the face as hard as you can, pretending he's Mortrick.
Give him a good uppercut.
I need to get a 10 on this dice roll, and I do. Whoa! He uppercuts, and his head snaps back. Rah! Rick Jacks.
Bum. Which one? Okay, so, but you say that cart's moving forward, right? So
I mean,
I think I'm gonna go 5, 10.
You definitely see it
15.
come.
Yep, and then I'll hit. Oh, how do I do that? There it is. So I'll strike this guy.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Let's see what happens.
One punch. You hit him.
I hit him with a
Would
22.
you like to sneak attack?
Yep. Sneak attack.
Okay.
So don't tell me he's dead already.
He hadn't been damaged yet.
All right.
Sneak attack for 2 points of damage.
I'll take what I
What
can
comes
get.
next?
And I get bonus action, right? So I'm going to disengage to here.
Okay. You leap back behind Cazador. Lilwyn. Those zombies are approaching you at rapid speed. Well, I mean, not that rapid. At a horse-drawn cart that is slightly overloaded speed.
How do you do that thing that like marks the distance?
Hold click. Right? That's what you're trying to do?
No,
For
like
range.
measure out the distance because it's kind of.
Oh, Q and space. You have to hold the token and then Q and space.
Yeah, because on the statuary part, it's kind of tough. Which is why I did it the first time, and the second time I did it just to be a jerk.
Do you hold the token and then you hit Q in space?
Yeah, if you hold the token and then you hit Q, wherever you want to stop, it'll place a marker there. Right? Did that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, geez, that's not what I meant to. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
Yep. You are about to move around a whole lot. All right, it snapped to the final location.
That's not the final location. That was an accident.
That's fine. You can figure it out.
That's the final location, so I don't hit Runa.
So you are sliding it.
Marching. Yeah.
It's going like in an L.
I think that does hit me.
Because there's this one point where it's right here and it would collide with Runa, but you can
Yeah.
go sideways.
I was like, I went straight down and then sideways, but I kind of messed up my snap thing.
Yeah, I feel like you could almost certainly do this easily,
Okay.
get around Runa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 100% doable. So
Well, I
Runa,
can't go
once
right there
again,
because that would be hitting Runa.
once again, it swoops around you. The laser beam from space sliding past you. Are you putting it there and you only hit the one zombie?
I think I'll hit Runa right here.
Yes.
So I don't want to hit Runa.
Okay, that's fine. Roll your damage. Are you sure you don't want to hit Runa? That's my inner
I
Mortrick
don't want to
talking.
hit Runa.
All right, I save for half, taking 5 points of damage. Zombie, zombie, zombie. Zombie next to Runa is attacking Runa, and zombie next to Kazdor is attacking Kazdor. 13 to hit Runa.
Nope.
A 1 to hit Kazdor. Kazdor, this zombie goes to attack you, and then bounces its head off the plate, and then walks around in a circle. You can see its flesh boiling from the light, and it's just like walking around in a circle trying to brush the light off of it.
Is that a concussion from running into Kaz's plate?
Yeah. He's a zombie. He knows not to go to sleep. Mostly because zombies don't require sleep.
If he's walking around in a circle, doesn't he trigger my tunnel fighter?
No.
Come on.
In a 5-foot cube, he's walking around in a circle.
All right. Hal and Lilwyn are... And your horse, Winston, might be Winslow.
I think Winslow's about to get some moonbeam.
Winslow eats some moonbeam, as does the zombie. So the zombie remains standing in the area. He saves when you roll the moonbeam damage again. I guess Winslow doesn't get far enough since he's really just right there. All right, well that zombie's dead.
He's near the moonbeam.
He's near the moonbeam. He's next to the zombie, and he turns placidly to look at it. The zombie, of course, looks just like an elf to him. It just smells kind of funny, but he's used to traveling with this group, so funny smells aren't anything new. I want to point out that Rick Jacks has been carrying deadly poison around with him for like 2 weeks, so...
Yeah, and some of it he threw in the harbor and caused the zombie infestation.
No.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I don't have to allege it. I know that that's the truth. It's on the Game Master, but for
Yes.
you guys, it's
That's
allegedly.
allegedly. Unlike Mortrick's sword.
How is
What are
this
you
looking
trying to
at
say
Runa?
about my sword?
Hal is like, what should I do, Runa?
Turn the cart!
Okay, I'll try. Next round.
Stop the horse.
Next
There are
unit
other
of
ways.
time division.
Great. He doesn't know how to
Cazador.
drive a cart.
Me?
Yeah, what you gonna do, Kaz?
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try and polish this zombie off once and for all. And I'm not gonna. Well, I guess I have to move. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to move closer.
Yeah, don't jump in front of the bus.
Come a little bit closer, you're my kind of zombie. And the night is so young. That is exactly enough to kill it. I need to hit a 13. I do not, he's dead. Congratulations, you all have cleared the combat. The only problem is that the card is going to end up in the moonbeam at the end of the round.
I moved my moonbeam.
And then
If you guys are all watching, this little one is just like making arcane gestures in the air. This moonbeam is constantly like whoop whoop.
Cazador should finish his move by getting out of the way of the wagon.
yeah,
All right. So while the boat works,
I want to point out that you told Hal to turn the cart, so he starts turning the cart towards Trickgax.
What the?
At some point, the comedy ends, and the cart does end up where it's supposed to go. Hal's a little flustered, because I want to remind you, he hasn't gone into combat very often. He's still kind of new to the adventuring thing, and he mostly is good for carrying torches. And
so-
driving carts.
while they work on getting the boat back into dock and the gangplank down and everything.
So the gangplank's quick. The problem is
Okay.
that they need to set up the sails to go sailing, and more importantly, to get the cart on, they need to swing out a yard arm with a block and tackle and lift it up.
Okay, so I like come over to the group and I'm like, okay, guys, we have to figure this out. Are we leaving on this boat and doing our thing? Or are we staying here to work on Lilywin's thing because there are about to be a lot more zombies down here?
I thought Lilywin was going on the boat.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing, Lilywin? Are you going to be okay leaving
Yes.
your island to be infested by zombies?
Well, I don't want to be infested by zombies.
Well, I mean that ship has sailed. Our ship has not. So we need to pick a boat.
That was so good.
I mean, there's not that many more zombies, right? They could probably take care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have a
They
whole.
should,
If
right?
that's what you
Yeah,
want
but
to tell yourself, I'm okay with that. All right, let's get this wagon.
Why are you putting it like that? What's that supposed to mean?
We saw some zombies.
Elves are born with swords in their hands. They should be able to handle it.
Okay, all right. I'm just, someone's got to be devil's advocate here, and that's, I'm just trying to put all the options on the table.
Does someone have to be devil's advocate here?
I'll take the goat onto the boat just to move this process along a little bit faster.
Okay,
Okay,
let's go.
all right.
Let's get on the boat.
Someone's just like, is that a goat? Why does it smell like curry powder?
Delicious.
We like
Delicious curry.
As it's happening, Hal's just like, I'm pre-seasoning it! Don't touch it!
I'm gonna go over to Hal. And I'm gonna hug him. I'm like, I'm glad you made it, Dad.
It's like, we'll have to talk later about this dad thing. Of course, I appreciate that you consider me a son.
He might have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy.
I just watched that movie last week. It's so good. I learned that some people in this call right now don't appreciate Thor Ragnarok and were judged for their tastes in
Connor!
Honor.
Yep.
It's fine. Everybody can make their own terrible decisions in life. I certainly
Just
have.
a human being.
And if you want to at him, he's on Twitter and Twitch and
Oh my god.
Bring it. I will take that discussion. We can also discuss that in the Twitch. Connor Hughes.
As you know, you can send hate mail to this channel to my channel manager, Dan Rathers at NBC.com.
I thought it was Mick.
I don't know Mick's email, but it would be very funny. I also don't know that I would let him be my channel manager.
No, you
What
can just
could go
have,
wrong?
we should tell Dan so we can forward it to Mick.
So all of you end up on the boat, and the captain appears to have nothing to do, right? Like, all of his men are very competent at getting the boat ready to sail.
I want to
The-
high five Cinzia.
All right, yeah. Cynthia's locked in the captain's quarters. Do you want to be locked in there with her?
No, I'll just go to the door then and be like, "Hey, kid,
She's
great
like,
job out there.
teacher, I managed to take out one of the zombies with my only spell for the day.
Fantastic
My
work."
dad is very upset.
Yeah, he'll get over it.
Probably not. He gets upset for like a week at a time. It's so long.
Yeah, a week is pretty long. All right, I'm gonna go see if I can help. Hang
Okay.
tight, little buddy.
So the captain is speaking with as many of you are standing around, and he goes, "Did you pick up a new member to your adventuring party?"
Yeah, I'd like to introduce you to Lilywin. She is an elf, not a princess.
When you say that, it makes me very suspicious, Mortrick. I trust you about many things, including teaching my daughter, but also you are an unrepentant liar occasionally.
I mean,
Miss, are you a princess?
Trust you in everything but his words.
Yes.
So he takes off his hat and left leg back goes into a courtly bow and says, "Ah, I am Captain Espresso Leandro of the Velocity Raven. Definitely not a smuggling vessel, as much as you are definitely not a princess. Might I inquire as to why you have boarded my fine nautical vessel in this time of dire need?"
As I'm leaving.
Because it's a time of dire need.
I see. I assume you have funds to pay for this leaving?
She
I'll
looks
cover
to
it.
the rest of the group.
I'll cover it.
So the captain says, "I assume you have funds to pay for this." The last time your passage was paid for by the crime lord of Pyreswater. No
Yeah, I got
such deal exists now.
I would be more than happy to compensate you for your time on this trip, since it is, kind of unexpected, and there was a little just of kerfuffle down there in the dock at that time.
Is the training for your daughter and her weapon not payment enough?
I believe I compensated some of you for your services during our travel. You do, however, make a good point. My generosity for your group notwithstanding, I do need to somehow generate funds for my men.
Of course.
Yes. We can, I don't like to talk money with family, but, whatever you need.
Allow me to ask, Princess, then, where are you traveling to?
Away from my responsibilities. I don't care where it goes.
Have you heard of a small place called
I like her
Pyreswater?
so much more right now.
I don't know. Is that a place that I would have heard of before?
I mean, it's a small human town, several hundred miles away. It's famous for being full of class warfare and criminals. Have you heard of it?
I'm. Can you refresh me on where that is again?
He just says, "You'll fit in perfectly there."
Out of character, where are we going?
Yeah.
That's a great question. Where are you going?
Well, yeah, that's
Because this boat is currently headed towards Pyreswater, apparently.
Yeah. We're actively looking for another item now, or are we just
Are you?
wondering at this point?
Did we
I
get
don't know.
another
You
assignment?
tell me what you're
We
playing.
don't have a
You know
lead.
what, Captain?
Episode.
We're gonna need to talk about that amongst ourselves, where exactly the end of this trip takes us.
The hold is currently empty if you want to head down there.
That would be great. Hey,
But this boat is headed for Pyreswater as soon as that cart hits the deck.
Captain Espresso, do you have a map that we can take a look at?
As a matter of fact, I have the worst drawn map in all of existence.
Oh, I'd love to see it.
Said no one ever.
Well, I just did.
Yeah, did we get another assignment for another
You-
relic?
No.
Did
No, I
you?
think we still need to message.
Well,
Wait, but we delivered the flute.
You did.
yeah,
The
I
ocarina,
had
yes.
got the what the instructions were after that. So
There were no instructions after that, just to be
Okay.
very clear.
Yeah.
You haven't received further word from your patron,
yeah,
Yeah.
the wizard Mardrovian.
Jovian.
Hey, Captain, while you're getting that map out, the quartermaster, I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. It is
Quartermaster Beric de Tully.
Barrick.
Barrick.
That was my.
You remember
next
my
guess.
name?
Captain
Espresso Leandro.
I like Whistler.
Espresso Leandro. Yes.
At the same time he says that, I like whisper behind him like espresso.
Yeah, I'll take my cue from Rena.
It's not that hard.
It's pretty difficult. It's got a lot of letters. I'm not good with names. Half the time I think you're Rick Jax.
It is
I think
refreshing
he's
beverage.
Jax Rick.
There's no way that's true.
What was that bird's name again? The metal one?
Perseus.
Yeah. Can I say Perseus and see if it'll come back?
It does
Whoa,
not.
whoa, 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 whoa. We're on a wooden boat. That thing would kill us all if you brought it here.
It did fly around on jets of flame.
I think we need to figure out what we want to do, and then
I say we head back to Pyre's Water.
His name is not Latte Coriander. That is not.
That's his brother's name.
And now we're in Dragon Ball Z territory.
So it is 1,440 miles to travel back to Pyre's Water from Havens.
Is there anywhere in between here and there?
There is not on the ocean. So with this map, you could technically like stop at a port here, or you could stop at a port in the Empire. But this boat is going to sail the southern route against the wind, against the current, back to Pyre's Water, which is why the return trip takes longer than the trip there.
Okay.
I mean, I'd be
Water
interested in
is-
going to the Empire.
Literally where we just came from, right?
That's correct.
Where maybe there was an incident on a bridge one night.
Yep, and you might have tried to kill a crime lord's son.
Yeah. I'm not
And
sure.
definitely
Probably.
killed at least one of his men. Hashtag Rick Jax.
Collateral damage.
Also, hashtag he was paid, so
Mhm.
it's all good.
As you know, blood feuds end when someone pays the Were Guild, and no bad feelings will ever happen again.
Yeah.
Probably not
Okay.
the best
Let me
phrase
point
for-
you to
So-
several Shakespeare.
I think our best play here is we figure out what we want to do. One of us, who is not me, goes out on like a boat, a little bit away from the boat when they summon Perseus to minimize collateral damage.
I mean, so Runa just tried to summon Perseus and he didn't show
He
up.
didn't show up.
Didn't show up. Do
Uh,
if we just call out Mardrovian, will he speak to us? Do I have any?
do you do that? Do you just say Mardrovian?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Mardrovian.
Nothing happens.
Mardrovian.
Cazador, the captain quietly presents you with an invoice. It's in the princess's name for 720 gold pieces, which is the cost of taking the 5 of you to Pyre's Water.
Jesus
And
Christ.
what would the cost be to the Empire?
To the Empire is a third of the distance, so a third of the cost.
Okay.
It would take 240 gold pieces. And that's with the friends and family discount.
Gotta love that discount.
Yeah, just to be clear, he's not overcharging you for this. This is like average or slightly less than the average
Hey,
cost.
Lilwin.
It's just very expensive to go on a boat.
Anybody have any coupons?
Lilwin, did you happen to like leave the castle with just like buckets of gold stashed somewhere on your
We
person?
cut back to
I brought my
Runa.
bunny.
Runa at the treasury, where she was standing next to huge blocks of gold, and then walked away.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, I'm glad you have your bunny because you're gonna need something to remember your homeland by.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
Well, I planned on one day returning, but way to make it very sad.
So
Yeah.
Hal has like a carving knife out and is sharpening it and looks at the bunny and says, "Princess, how did you want that prepared?"
We won't be
Excuse me?
preparing it.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was like the goat.
Wait, what'd you do to the goat?
Nothing.
Nothing yet.
It's got a season first.
Where's the goat at?
The goat has been lowered into the center of the ship, down to the bottom in the hold. The goat and the cart and Winslow are all down at the bottom.
She just kind of holds up a finger, and then she rushes to wherever she last saw the goat.
All right, the goat's still there. I mean, let's be super clear. You weren't there when he bought the goat, but that goat is meant to be eaten very shortly in some delicious spiced curry.
Does it have like a rope?
Yes.
on it. I'm just gonna lead the goat back up with me.
All right. It is a very difficult climb through a sailing ship. The goat. You bring the goat back up on deck, and the captain goes, "Get that goat below decks!" And Hal stands up and starts moving towards the goat with the carving knife out.
No. This goat can be our friend.
No, I bought the goat so that we could kill it and make good food for all of my friends.
Why would you do that?
Well,
Look at his
because
cute little eyes.
he looks in the eyes and he says, "Those aren't cute eyes. They're not the scariest eyes I've ever seen because I've looked into the eyes of Thardur, but yeah, those are not cute. Can you see those square
Kaz,
black?"
don't worry. Thardur is just his friend from back home. It's not anything.
We need to talk about Thardur with Cazador later. Cazador has been lying to all of you, but we'll talk about it later.
Right. You can't just say something like that and be like, let's talk about it later.
Well, let's head down to the hold. He wraps his hand around the goat and takes the carving knife in the other hand. He's like, let's just take Mr. Goat downstairs. We don't want to name it accidentally or anything. The only name I'm going to give to you is dinner. Isn't that
I
right,
named
little
him
guy?
Javier, and she pulled
Nope.
him.
So he's just like, dinner. Din.
I'll pick up the goat and be like, we'll table this for later, and then take
Yes,
the
we
goat.
will.
Not like that!
All right, so let's
never
just be
ate
clear
a
here,
cow
Kaz. Are you redirecting the ship to the Fade Anguzian Empire?
I mean, that's the only destination we can afford as far as I know.
Okay, all right. I mean, do you collectively have 240 gold pieces to pay for this?
How do we
Well,
afford that?
we each got 50.
Yes.
That's 200.
I think
only
Some
have-
of you have spent money since then.
I only have 48 silver left, so I'm down to.
That is like 5 gold pieces
yeah,
at
56.
best.
I have 60 gold, or no, 58 gold pieces altogether is what I have.
Forget how much I
57.
have.
Jesus, man. 57 gold pieces.
I don't know how
I've
much
got-
I have either, but if I had 50 at one time, I probably have like maybe 40.
I'm going to go talk to Hal,
Oh,
too,
my
and be
I
like,
think I have like 30
Uh,
gold pieces.
hey, Hal.
We didn't spend
You
any
did.
money.
You already paid Hal.
You did? Okay.
Yes, you paid Hal when you arrived in port. He spent
So we don't
literally
need-
all of his money buying the goat and the spices that he's using for dinner.
Right. So we don't need to pay Hal again until
You get to the next
somewhere.
port.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And he costs
Alright.
5 silver pieces a day, and it has been 1 day since the last time he's been paid.
Okay. So by the time we get somewhere, we're gonna need able to pay to get there, and then we're gonna need to be
Well-
able to pay Dad to feed us that goat.
He also has to pay us for the voyage. We're not covering his fee.
Ooh.
When you
that's-
say that, Hal turns to look at you. He's shook, and he's just like, I don't have that kind of money.
Okay, Hal, well, we won't pay you for the ride.
You're going to garnish my wages, but I spent all of my money buying these beautiful animals for us to eat.
Which now
I'm
Lewin
sure
just
will
wants
be
to throw into
delicious.
the ocean or something. I'm not sure what, but I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure she doesn't want to kill the animals, Kaz. If she won't let
Well,
us eat
are
them,
you sure throwing them into the ocean would kill them? We're still in the port.
Yeah, because the zombie fish that Rick Jacks put down there will kill them.
How do we don't even know the zombies came out of the water.
Listen,
The
Kaz, I'm
alleged.
going to ask you a question. Is my sword cursed?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. And Rick Jacks made zombies, all right? It's the same thing.
We have no proof.
And
Literally saw you do it.
No, sleight of hand. I made
Actually,
my
I
roll.
believe none of you saw him do
That's
it.
right.
oh, none of us did see him do it.
All right.
He rolled a sleight of hand check and defeated all of your passive perception checks.
Yeah,
And
As far as I
allegedly.
know, it's just
allegedly, yeah.
it's this elven thing that happens. Lilywin, have you ever seen zombies crowd at the port?
Yeah, does that happen pretty often where you're
That's
from?
never happened.
What is up with you guys and the zombies?
That's never,
Don't
that's
know.
never been a thing.
So Hal goes,
Eagle
no,
magic.
those zombies looked exactly like the zombies back from
Right?
Apple
They
Valley.
look very familiar. Hey, Rick Jacks, what did
They
you
had the same weird pustules too.
What'd you do
Maybe
with
they're
that
chasing.
file we took with us from the other zombie place?
I tossed it in the ocean.
Yeah, seems legit.
Fine, if you're gonna corner me about it. Hey, I got a broad question here, and I'm changing the subject here. So, are all druids vegetarians?
Wow.
Paul's just like, wow, I thought it was Cazador that was racist.
Right?
I mean, that's more classist, isn't it?
Just
I'm
made me
not
wonder.
sure. Most of the ones that I knew were.
All right, I didn't know that. Down in Blydenstone, where I come from, we don't have vegetarians, so it's kind of a new
Probably
concept
don't
for
have
me.
elves either.
Do
You
you
need to
have-
get out and travel more, Rick Jacks.
Do you have veggies at all?
I
Veggies.
can talk.
Mushrooms, fungi.
Mushrooms are veggies.
Yeah. So we would eat mushrooms.
Sorry,
and
was that
fungi.
called Blydenstone?
Blydenstone? Yeah.
Okay, just making sure to mark down that name. It sounds very familiar to me, almost like Forgotten Realms.
It is.
If I'm correct, that's actually the name of the Dark Gnome capital.
right?
Yeah. All right. Okay.
was-
Well,
I don't know if
you
it's
know
a-
what? D&D is a collaborative effort, and even though that definitely is taking copyrighted material, 5e hasn't sued me yet for all the other stuff I use of theirs on a regular basis. So I'll allow it. And doubly important because we finally learned a bit about your past, and that's going to be really important in several minutes.
Okay.
So, Lilywin, do you have enough to make your fee for the passage?
I'll cover
Did
her
I
fee.
start out with any money?
Yeah, I mean, you'd start out with the amount of money that you have in your background.
Runa, we don't have
As a
enough money to-
princess, you
As a
probably.
princess,
I know we don't have enough money.
Let me ask you a question. How many princesses do you know that walk around with spending cash?
None.
I know.
So, I mean, Lilywin probably has like 15 to 20 gold pieces on her.
All right, I guess so. We're all gonna let's all pool our cash, guys. What I've got 63 gold.
I have 40.
40.
Hal has a few silver pieces.
57.
What is that total?
No one wrote that down. All right, I have
Connor
57.
asked for it.
You have 40. What'd you have, Kaz?
63.
Rick Jacks?
40.
Runa?
40.
Oh, you guys both had 40. And then Lilywin, what'd you have?
20.
20. All right, so 163, 170, 220. We have 220 altogether.
I have 25.
Do you have any
25.
jewelry, Lilywin, that we
We
can
have
maybe pawn?
225 all. Wait. 220. Yeah, you have 25. So we have 225 altogether. We have 200 that's actually ours. And I have a feeling Lilywin is going to need hers to fund the eventual redemption of her nation. I don't know what the term for that's going to be. Revival? Saving? I mean, you're going to have to go back there and you're going to have to kill a lot of things and rebuild
I think
it
we
all.
should just pay
That's
attention to what we're doing now. Because after this, we are going to be very, very poor.
Right,
Yeah,
we're gonna be
right.
totally broke, guys.
So, Lilywin, how much do you feel like chipping in to the group effort? Let us remind you, we saved your nation.
We
We
did not do
we saved it before Rick Jack screwed it. Okay, so
Technically, that
You
is
don't
true. I
know.
forgot. You actually did save the entire country.
Yeah, they said that.
Although it isn't a nation anymore, it's an empire.
it's an empire. Well, it's about
Well,
to
the
be,
Chancellor made it an empire by saying
about
it's
to
now
be
an
a
empire.
graveyard, but right now it thinks it's an empire.
But then the new kings or the old
How
kings.
much did we need total? Is 240.
240.
If I can
240 just
offer-
for us to the empire.
If I can offer my services and working on the ship, can we get that?
Can you
that
get a
last
discount?
20? Yeah. Can we
Yeah,
get
I'm
the
gonna
last
do offer the same.
Hmm.
With my extensive knowledge of ropes.
I think they're going to pay us to keep Kaz away from the ropes. That is a great plan.
For once, I
All
have
right.
to agree with Mortar.
You guys are unskilled hirelings at nautical work. How many of you are working?
I am.
All
They
of
will
us.
all work.
Hal will work as a chef, I guess. So that's 5. Princess, would you like to work on a ship?
Princess doesn't have a choice.
It sounds like she's not into it.
She is a princess.
Bad enough she's an elf, but she's also a princess.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's supposed to mean I think Kaz is rubbing off on me. I feel like
It
I'm being
will.
racist.
With all of your work together, that will take 8 gold pieces off of your debt.
All right.
So the captain comes down to the hold. You can hear that the ship is getting underway. You can feel it creaking and turning. You hear the loft of the sails. And you can hear people shouting in Elven like, "Oh, let us onto the ship!" Lilywin, and there's replies in common. They're like, "Nope, no one else comes on. We're leaving." Someone's shouting in Elven like, "Where are the sea turtles? They're supposed to lead you out." And someone's like, "Stop this boat. Do not allow it to leave. There could be plague victims on board." And the captain is just like, "Fuck you, we're leaving." The captain heads down into the hold and says, "Quartermaster will get us underway." Now,
And his name was Venti Latte again?
that's not even close. That's the name of a coffee.
Oh. What was the quartermaster?
My name is Espresso, not Expresso.
Espresso. Espresso?
Yes.
With an S.
Espresso.
In Westall, it means fast.
Oh. What's the quartermaster's name?
Derek Detali.
Derek Detali.
Barrick Detali.
Eric Detali.
Barrick. With a B.
Barrick.
I got it wrong the first time accidentally, but it's Barrick Detali.
Barrick Detali. Okay.
It sounds like you're having some trouble coming up with the money.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that is definitely going to be a problem for you.
We offer our services as hands to work.
Yes,
As well as-
yes.
as well as security.
That'll take about 8 gold pieces off of your bill.
Yes, I realize.
Allow me to offer some alternatives. Princess, I'm not quite sure why you've ended up with a band of adventurers, where you're going or what you're doing. But seeing as we've changed course twice now, and now we're heading to the Fade Anguzian Empire, might I believe that you're not sure where you're going and you're just trying to get away?
That's correct.
Okay. Well, as a father, I feel like perhaps you should have informed your parents, but you're probably older than me, so
How old are you?
I am in my mid-40s, probably. Okay. All right. That's not insulting at all. Princess, is there any chance that perhaps we might prevail upon a consulate or military vessel along the way in order to acquire the funding for your passage? Are you in good standing with your country that they might cover the bill?
The
Okay, you
armies-
think that you're liked by your people. All right, that's not comforting.
My
Isn't
parents
the
like-
army stationed at the Fade Empire? Is that where?
Yes, the army, the navy has been encroaching on the Fade Anguzian coast and is currently engaging the Empire, as far as you know.
And to their knowledge, she's still running away, right? Because
No one knows that she's right. Oh yeah, that's right. They believe that the Chancellor is in command and that Lilywin is a rambunctious princess who's not eating her vegetables or cleaning her room.
but
yeah.
she's still the princess.
She's still the princess.
So
But he doesn't know any of this because he just parked in port for a day and doesn't inquire on court politics
right.
because he's
yeah,
a
but
smuggler.
we know that this is.
But we know that, yeah.
yeah, we're
Right.
talking amongst ourselves.
So he's asking, if we go to the Fade Anguzian Empire, will someone there pay for your passage? Can I get money that way?
Maybe.
Okay.
That's not filling me with comfort.
We can tell them to like get my parents to pay for it later.
They'll have money. They'll have money.
Will
So-
your parents pay for it later? Where will I acquire these funds from? Will you write me a letter with your name on it?
Sure.
I'm being sarcastic, Princess. I am not well regarded in any of the ports around the world, and I believe that money in my hand is worth twice that on the sea.
We can give you what we have, and that's all we have.
Do you have some sort of seal from your parents that you could give me to prove that I transported you? Like a noble seal?
I have a scroll of pedigree.
I will take that. I will take that, and if you don't mind, I will put all of your voyages on this particular account, and maybe some extra charges along the way.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so he's like, now how can I inflate the price? So he's just like, good food every night, bottles of wine. He's like, room service. Charge it all to Lilowin's parents. This is truly the kid running away from home to Ibiza with the mom's credit card. Oh my god. You're headed right into a war zone. All right, your monetary problems are now solved in the hopes that someone will accept this scroll of pedigree as proof that he has transited Lilowin.
Man, I knew that would work. God, we're so resourceful as a group. I'm really proud of us, guys. We did good work. I mean, except for the fact that, like, everyone she knows and loves is now a zombie. But
I was
otherwise,
like, that's probably not true. They seem like they're all really good at fighting.
I think we're gonna be all right.
All right, I don't think we're going to be all right. There's something I need to share with all of you. Cazador has been lying to us.
What?
This is Hal?
Yes, that's Hal.
Hal, I would never lie. What do you...
Al, are you just saying this because he wants to kill you?
No.
Say your piece, Hal. I'm ready to have it out with you.
The great Lord Thardur has conveyed upon me a vision. Now, I didn't understand at first Cazador's hostility, but after Thardur's guidance, I believe some measure of what Cazador might have come upon. Thardur is not a demon, Cazador. Thardur is a creature from another universe that cast off the dying shell and traveled over into this world, where it did indeed have some conflict with the gods here and was trapped beneath the seas, but not like physically, like spiritually trapped beneath the seas. It's another dimensional thing. Don't worry about it. Planar hopping is going to be very difficult, but one day I hope to travel and help free Thardur from the god's grasp. But here's the important part. Thardur is bound by his universe's rules, not by ours. Time is meaningless to him. For him, he's already escaped and is being trapped at the same moment. And everything that happens in between then is happening at every moment. And so Thardur knows that Cazador has betrayed us all and has been secretly communicating with the Demon Lord.
Wait, Kaz, you're the demon worshiper?
I am not. And I did not secretly communicate with any demon lord. When I did though, pick up the ocarina.
Plot twist.
Plot twist. I did when I picked up the ocarina, there was a demon lord, I believe, on the other end. And he tried to convince me.
As you say it, Hal shakes his head and he's like, I knew it. I knew I could trust Thardur in this.
You guys really should have let me look at that. I mean, I just hope you all realize missed opportunity.
What did you sell us out for, Cazador?
Nothing.
I would like
I did
that.
not take his devil's gambit.
Back up. I think we can handle this, all right? Tell Thardur.
How can I trust any of you now?
But
You're gathering objects tainted by the demon? I didn't even know the Demon Lord was
kinda
real.
wish you would stop watching that one station all the time because it's kind of rotting your brain.
Thardur News is ruining his life.
Might be having a little bit of trouble separating,
I haven't understood what all of you are doing because you won't give me a straight answer. But you're going around gathering artifacts tainted by the Demon Lord? He's real?
I mean, he's
Gathering
as
is-
real as
I mean, is
Thardur.
that why there are plagues and wars all over the land?
I mean, there's plagues because of Rick Jacks. I don't know why there are wars. Could be a lot of
Gathering
reasons.
them so they don't fall into the wrong hands.
Yeah, but we need
Why
to
wouldn't you just
destroy
tell
them.
people that? Why haven't you told everybody that?
Because for some reason people don't believe me, and I never lie when I don't have to.
Because every single wrong hand that could grasp one of these items will be after it. If we tell everyone, it will do us no good.
When you
Right.
say that, all of the lights in the hold go out. Now, who has dark vision? Lilwyn?
I don't.
And
Not
I think
me.
it's
Rick
Lola.
Jacks. I have
All right.
superior night vision.
Wow. All right. Well, you superiorly see the wizard Mardrovian appear in the middle of the room, and then he raises his hands and the lights come back up.
Ardrovian. Hey,
It's
do you
about
have
time.
like
Do not take me
$200?
for some cheap conjurer of tricks.
It is I, the wizard Mardrovian. And he raises his hand.
we need about 240? Is that what he said right now?
Why is no one kneeling before me?
I know.
Oh, is that like?
It is
Is that
traditional
always
to
been
kneel
so?
before a wizard lord.
I kneel.
Right?
Is the
I'll
Lord
kneel.
above a king?
Like, great. Now
Uh,
it's gonna take us 10 minutes to stand him back up with all that
So
armor.
a lord is way lower than a king, but a wizard is as powerful as a wizard decides to be. So, I mean, does a wizard outrank you? Pretty tough to say. How much do you like being a newt?
How much do I what?
Like being, well, okay, you're a shape changer, so becoming a newt is no big deal for you. You could just shape change back. How much do you feel like respecting an old wizardly dude?
That's a no. Should probably like dip real quick.
I see
I
all
mean,
of you
she's
have
new to us. She's new to the group, so
some lacking in manners. I am not here in body, but I have sent my spirit to help guide you.
way better than that bird. This place is a
No, that bird is amazing. I've been testing it for some time. I'm very glad with what it managed to get done.
Yeah, no, like on land it's great. On a boat, it's a terrible idea.
Might I ask your destination?
We're going to the Empire.
Ah, headed towards my lands. Excellent. That's good. The next item lies beneath the Empire.
What is the next
Where are you in the Empire?
I am on the southern edge of the Empire. I am regarded highly among the Empire's magical staff as a expert.
Do you think
I
we
have
can-
some small lands here, but mostly I keep to my tower and keep the balance of peace in the world.
Can we invoke your name if we ever?
Nope, absolutely not.
Yeah, just,
I scry on you from time to time, and frankly, the things that you would do in my name would cause so much trouble for me.
yeah, we've got some reckless crew.
It's probably for the best.
I'm sorry about Kaz. He's kind of a racist. I don't know how he feels about wizards.
Do you have any words for us as far as where the next item will be held, or who?
There is. You will require Rick Jax's aid in order to get it.
Really? How is that happening? I don't know what
Beneath the Fade Anguzian Empire, there is a second, perhaps empire is not the name, but a sprawling den of dwarves.
Scum and
Goblins.
villainy.
No, that's racist. Just
Sorry,
because they are of
I
different
saw that.
races that are not like the surface races do not mean that they are bad. However, you are traveling to the homeland of the Deep Gnomes, Blingdenstone. I believe Rick Jax knows it quite well and will be necessary to guide you there. It is, in fact, a place of evil, where villainy reigns, where humans are unwelcome, and the surface races will be looked down upon. Khazador will fit in great.
Yeah, it sounds like things have gone really bad since the sacking of the city.
Indeed. I must ask that you leave the princess behind on this journey. She is not a member of the Fellowship of Finding. And these items that you are gathering might be too much of a temptation for one who rules. This next item is, I believe, in my own opinion, the most dangerous of all. It
With all
might
due-
be the most dangerous item ever created.
With all due respect, we have Mortrick in our party, and I do not think she is at the same caliber.
You say that, and yet, if she were to get her hands on this item, she could use it to give elven supremacy to the whole world with just a few mere moments.
Runa, that hurts, but it's not unearned. I understand.
Runa, I must say that for the next item, you yourself cannot be allowed to grasp it either. The temptations that it has will be too strong for you to overcome. The
I
item
understand.
resonates too well with you. You seek a ruler called Ravanavar's Measure of Fixation. Ravanavar was, of course, the leader of the band of the 5 heroes who sealed the Demon Lord, and she took it upon herself to take the greatest burden of his power. It may seem to be a mere ruler, but its power is celestial in nature, perhaps even more than that.
So
It
it's
can
also a
rewrite the
projector?
fundamental laws of the universe. I'm sorry, Mortrick. What did you say? My reception over here is quite bad.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. We can move on.
No, that's
We
good. I want the name
understand.
again. Ravenever's ruler of what?
That's Ravenever's measure of fixation. I will copy paste it for you.
Okay.
Can I recall the god that Hal just mentioned?
Thordak.
Thardor.
Sorry,
Thardor.
Thordor. Would it be able to summon Thardor?
The chained Leviathan. It could be used to free him, certainly. However, it would require to be taken to one of his anchors and then exchanged with something.
Just like, amongst you, like, high and mighty types, on a scale of, like, Ocarina of Time to Ruler of Fixation, where does Thordak land? Thardor. land.
Thardor.
That's what I keep saying, yes.
Thardor exceeds even my own power.
Okay.
It would be difficult to measure, as he does not obey the same laws that we do.
We
He is
just
a
kind
spirit
of got that.
pure
story.
madness.
Yeah, all right.
Some have said that he is capable of delivering prophecy. Others say that he merely whispers death and poison.
Do you think that we can trust an agent of his in our midst enough to carry our water and cook our meals?
Oh, like a hireling.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Harlem.
sure.
Yeah.
Told
Yeah,
you,
just don't let
Kaz.
him just don't let him cast any mind affecting spells on you.
I told you.
All right.
Don't let him do that thing where he links all your minds together either. That'd probably be a bad idea.
What if it was like hypothetically, like short term for the greater good kind of thing?
So Hal is in the room while all this is happening. He just keeps looking at everybody who's talking. What do you want short term for the greater good? I mean, this whole
like-
quest is for the greater good.
That's true, I suppose.
Appreciate
No, I
it.
just like to know what bad options we have on the table in
If you're
case.
looking for a terrible option, you should
Yeah.
allow Cazador to do all the talking while you're in Blindenstone and let Runa have the ruler.
Okay. Okay.
Where in Blindenstone is the ruler?
I'm not sure. I've
We
only
have
been able to
indication.
acquire the scent of its location.
What kind of things? What kind of chaos could it wrought if someone were to be abusing its power?
You would know if its power were to be used.
Okay.
Yeah, Kaz, you would.
I
know.
am hesitant in front of so many outsiders to speak of its secret power.
He's hesitant, Kaz. Don't push him.
But in the most basic sense, it would allow one to exchange one object for another. However,
See, you can switch stuff out one for one. That's how it works. Why
as
you
the
gotta
measure
ask
of fixation, everything is an object to it, including emotions, a human soul, magic. You can take something from something and place it into something else, as long as you believe that what you are exchanging it for is of equal value.
Kaz knows all about that. He was in a staff.
That's true. He's got experience.
It is absolutely nothing like that. That is the complete
That's
wrong
kind
way
of
to think
insane.
about it.
Kind of sounds like you would know.
We appreciate all your information. We shall gather this item as quickly as possible.
How can we get a hold of you in the future a little more easily?
Do you have any communication magic, like sending message?
We do not.
And I'll show up whenever I feel like it.
Do you have any assistance that you can offer us on our journey? We are running a little bit low on funds. And
Very well. When you land at the Fey Denguzian Empire, I'll have an account opened in the name of the Fellowship of Finding for you.
How much?
What
is
are you
the
looking
B&B
for?
about?
I did just use most of my personal funds to fund Mortrick's rehabilitation.
Oh,
yes,
really?
we appreciate that.
Thank
But
you.
Mortrick is only,
Mortrick, it cost 4,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, and that was just like a crappy community college. Could you imagine if I went somewhere, like
The
I
vast
cover-
majority of that was
Ivy League?
fleeing services.
I cover Mordrick's mouth enough for the passage. We'll do just fine. We appreciate your assistance.
What's the passage? 300 gold?
Yes, 300 gold.
I will have an account waiting for you when you arrive.
Much appreciated.
I will also have a seal prepared that you may use in my name, Runa, when absolutely necessary, and not to get yourself out of comedic misadventures.
Understood.
I like all of you, and I will continue to employ all of you, but if you embarrass me in front of my coworkers, I will probably turn at least one of you into an object rather than a person.
We all look at Mortrick.
My time is short.
Just like Christmas 6 years ago, all over again.
Do you have any other questions?
We do not.
I guess not.
How comes Runa gets the seal? Can I hold on to the seal?
The fact that you're asking Mortrick says a lot.
Princess, might I speak with you privately?
I guess. I don't really know you.
He's trustworthy.
I don't think you have an option.
So he gestures toward the bilge. He walked through the wall because he's a projected image.
So walk around.
As you close the door behind you, he says, Princess, you should know that my nation and yours are about to go to war. Your
What?
people have been moving aggressively along our coast, and my people will have no more of it.
That was the counselor, but we took care of it.
I believe it is too late. You might have completed it this day, and perhaps if I were to leave right now, I might be able to convince our Navy to stand down at great personal cost. However, as you might have noted, I am a very exceedingly busy person, and even stopping a world-spanning war would be a waste of my talents. I am sad to
Why
say.
would it be a waste of your talent?
Because I am not concerned with
Very-
stopping a war. I am concerned with stopping the complete unmaking of reality. If the Demon Lord is free, he will become more powerful than all of the gods combined, now that they have wasted all of their power to seal him. And he will lay waste to all of reality. Every plane will become his flaming stomping ground. So I apologize. I wish I could do more to help you. But however, your nation did cause this mess. I will send messages of temperance and counsel to the naval commanders, but it may be some time before either nation stands down. Can you truly say that your own country doesn't wish for this expansion?
As far as I know, they do not.
Might I use your name as a voice of reason and cooler heads in my missives then?
You can. I'll try to talk to my parents.
I see. I have to tell you, Princess, that most of these situations normally end in some sort of political agreement. Are you prepared to pay the ultimate price?
What's the ultimate price?
I assume that, you have no siblings. You would be asked to marry one of the Empire's scions.
Well, that kind of makes running away pointless.
Well, I'm sure you could just run away for a while, but eventually you'd have to settle down. Look, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm trying to provide options to keep your tiny country from being squashed beneath the war footing of the god of war.
Right.
I know you clearly are not appreciating the amount of effort that I'm putting into this. Every minute I spend here is another minute that I am not finding sacred artifacts spread across the world that I'm charged to gather.
Thank you for letting me know.
Very well. I hope that the rest of your day goes better than it appears to have begun.
Yeah, me too.
There is no light in the bilge because both of you could see in the dark. So he takes his arms down and then he looks around and is like, oh, and then he just disappears. The door opens out of the bilge Lilwyn comes back in, and Hal is going, so when are we going to talk about Kazdor lying to us about the Demon Lord?
Be like, listen, Hal, I don't, Kaz is, just dwarves. Hey, how's that goat coming?
Can I inside check Kaz to see when he said that he didn't give in to temptation and he was telling the truth?
Sure. Go right ahead.
Rick Jacks will slip behind Kaz while this is happening.
Oh boy, I love how everyone is suddenly immediately suspicious of Kaz. Kazador, with the 22, I believe that Runa sees through you unless you would like to hide your intentions.
I don't, as far as I know, I don't think I have any intentions to hide.
I agree. So allow me to ask then, do you or have you made any deals with the Demon Lord?
No, I mean...
Yeah, Runa, you look at Kazador. He seems to be stalwart, trustworthy. I mean, I wouldn't say he's a bastion of innocence, but certainly
Although
in regard.
his word is a bit rough, I believe Kaz to be telling the truth.
Yeah, why would you ever doubt him? I mean, he may be an idiot, but this is one of those he's our idiot situations.
At least I don't tell our help to start stealing precious artifacts.
And Hal's like, and on that regard, I wanted to talk about who's actually in charge here. I would rather not be put into a situation where I anger several of you,
Pretty sure
including
it's
a
me.
possible Demon Lord sympathizer.
Pretty sure it's me. Is it me, guys? I feel like we settled this earlier and we decided it was me.
You can route all your questions to me, Hal.
So Hal pulls out, I'm doing this before any of you can because I've given you a whole episode. He says, I've made up some contracts to further establish our relationship, and I noticed you hadn't come up with a name better than Mortrick and Company. So I made this, and it's Brickjack's two swords laid over each other as a banner that says the Drawn Blades.
I thought I in character suggested that name.
Did you already do that?
I thought we did last time.
Did you?
Yeah, very briefly. I thought.
I was like, oh, I made this because Kazador suggested it. The Drawn Blades. I've incorporated you in Havens. It's a nice tax shelter.
See,
Wait.
Kaz, how could you doubt him? He loved
like
your
a-
idea.
Is it like an actual banner?
Yes.
Hal, this is wonderful.
Sweet.
When did
Well,
you have
That's
this
why you always trust your own idiots.
I asked several of the elven maidens in the castle to make it, and they did it as a joke. However, this paperwork is quite real. Incorporating you. However, you'll notice that the chief executive officer position is empty here.
Pretty sure that's mine. I'll take it. That's what we decided on, right, guys?
As you begin moving your hands toward it, Hal slides the papers away from you. I thought that perhaps it would be best for you all to decide as a group who the leader is, whether it is simply on paper or in actuality. But I need to know who I'm answering to, so that I don't end up in a Mortrick Kazador situation again.
I suppose if anyone wants to stand up besides myself, otherwise I'll take the.
All right. How about this? We'll all do the thing where we vote for ourselves secretly, and then you just pick me because I've been running the show so far. And like, frankly, we are 50 for 3 or whatever. Like, we are just firing on all cylinders. Things.
I vote for everybody but Motrick.
You're not.
I
part of
was
this
like,
group.
I
don't think you
apologize.
get to
You're not listed as a member in this documentation.
vote.
I didn't know you'd be coming along with us. I thought we were just having breakfast with you.
I'll go into my
Oh, that's
backpack and grab like some stuff out of my flint or my flintlocks, like some wood, and like break them off into different pieces. So like we're drawing sticks.
You want to randomly decide who the party leader is.
I mean, I only that's the only way I see it. That it
All right.
And
Is everybody good with randomly deciding who the official?
I mean, I volunteer myself if
Mortrick is good with random lots.
Rick Jacks. What do you think?
Rick Jacks is not the leader type, so he's just kicking back, laughing at you guys while you're trying to work this out.
I mean, so
Runa.
far the vote is 1 abstain, 1 for Kazdor, and 2 for randomly voting.
Runo, do you want to take the chance at Mortrick officially becoming the head of this party?
There are only 3 sticks here, Kaz.
Oh man, the twist that no one saw coming. Wow.
Rick Jack says he wasn't gonna draw, right?
I feel like the whole show, all 10 episodes, have been building towards that moment. All right, well, Mordrick technically voted for this, so Cazador, Rune, and Rickjax roll a d20 and let's see who gets the highest.
A D20.
Nothing like randomly deciding who the party leader is and defining your actions for a generation. Well, beating Runas is going to be pretty tough with a 13. Good luck, Cazador.
Oh,
Oh, a roll off.
So, Runa, you thought that you broke all the sticks off at the correct length, but you and Cazador both have a pretty long stick. And as you keep putting them next to each other, they're exactly the same length.
ah,
You're rolling again, Connor. All right.
yeah. I assume that we're sort of
You're
drawing.
muted,
it.
bearded.
Wait, I want in on that.
No, it's too late. You're not part of the winner's circle.
I know.
Still
There you
managed
go.
to lose.
Oh wow.
Managed to roll a 1. Rick Jax looks at his stick again and he goes, I think it's longer, and then he snaps it in half in the process.
There we go. I'm glad I
As you
got that one
compare
out
the
of the
two
way.
sticks, Cazador's ends up being just a fraction longer. Cazador is now the official leader of the Drawn Blades, surprising no one. So Hal now answers to you, Cazador, but he also believes that you might be a filthy traitor. It could be.
I believe you're a filthy traitor, Hal.
I'm not gonna
It's just
like
like,
aside and like I don't know what like the second in command situation is, but
It's not you.
oh well. Then in other news, I think we're either gonna have to kill Kaz or Hal because one of them is gonna kill the other one if we don't kill one of them. I suppose there are other options besides killing that. Just immediately
Yes.
where I
I'm
went.
so glad you came to that conclusion. You're growing very nicely as a person, as an individual.
as you say that, we cut to Hal in the corner, brushing the goat, going, "You're growing very nicely."
Can I go over to Hal?
Yeah?
Can I buy that goat from you?
No. Yes. How much money do you have?
How much money did you buy it for?
You can tell he's definitely prepared to lie to you in the next few seconds.
If you lie, I'll cut my price down by half.
So he says that only encourages me to lie much, much higher. Do you even know what a goat is worth?
Do I know what about it?
How much is a banana? $5?
He says, you think a goat is worth 200 gold pieces? Yes, that is what a goat is worth.
Yes.
How would you like to pay me?
How about 3 gold pieces?
That. How
Hal-
much do you think bread is worth?
Hal, give her
I don't
the goat.
know.
Our meals
What
are
do you guys
paid
normally
for.
spend? Like 16 gold pieces on a slice of bread?
What? We're not gonna get to eat the goat? I've been
Yeah,
looking
I'm pretty
forward
into
to
eating
that
this
all
goat.
day.
I've been sitting here watching it stew for hours.
Please don't kill the goat.
Our food will be prepared by the crew. We'll have drink and everything you could want. Leave the goat alone.
But Hal's been marinating it just for us.
I'm gonna marinate you if you don't leave that goat alone.
All right, I guess in my first action
I
of,
don't know if I think that's a bad idea or a good idea.
of,
That's
being
We'll
part,
find out.
of being party leader, we won't eat the goat.
Damn it, Kaz, this was the
See,
wrong
I
decision.
knew I liked
Who is
it.
the leader? No, wait, Rooney doesn't want to eat the goat anyway. Ugh, should have been the boss.
All right. Hal is prepared to sell you the goat for 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
All right, you hand him 10 gold pieces.
We're like,
Um,
Hal, I think that's going to count as your wages for this leg of the journey.
Hal is just like, that's not no. She doesn't work for you.
No. And I'm not the boss either.
He
You can buy
reaches
that-
up and pats you on the head, Lilywin, and says, I know you're older than me, but I feel like it's time for you to learn some fiscal responsibility. I would like to teach you basic common sense during this 7-day voyage.
What do you mean?
I mean, this goat is worth 10 gold pieces, but you offered me 200 to begin with. I could buy an elephant for that much.
that a lot of money?
A what?
Yes. 200 gold pieces is a lot of money. 200 gold pieces could pay for most of this voyage for the 6 of us. It's a lot of money.
Did you guys not have 200 pieces normally?
No.
We are going to have a
Wait a
very,
second.
very long journey, and there will
Where
be
did
a
you
lot
get
of discussion.
200 gold pieces when just like 30 minutes ago we were trying to scrounge everything together we
You
could?
didn't have the 200 gold
It's
pieces.
at my castle.
But you actually physically do have 10 gold pieces to pay him with, which is what he is happy to have, is 10 gold pieces. Because that's now like all the money he owns. It's about 10 gold pieces and a couple silver. All right. You are on your way to a war zone along a coast with 2 navies fighting each other into a country that doesn't like the princess in order to go underneath it to a place that doesn't like half of you just on a racial basis and probably is also having some troubles to find a magical artifact that can definitely rewrite the laws of the universe.
So just a normal day.
Yeah, you know, that's just how the show works.
We've seen worse.
Name one time.
Okay, we haven't almost died in at least 3 episodes, okay?
Mordrick literally hit
almost
the ground
died.
this episode.
Because Kaz knocked me out, you big jerk.
That's true. It was so funny
It
too.
was pretty hilarious. not gonna lie.
Oh, there could have been a very different ending to this episode if we had a funeral for Mordrick. Oh my
What a
god.
shame.
Zombie Mordrick shambling up towards Cynthia at the end of the episode. Scarred for life. We should have an alternate episode one day. You know, like if we're still playing at Halloween.
What's the quartermaster's name?
I love that you guys can't remember anybody's name.
Name's Barrick.
Hey, I take
Eric
notes. Take
Ditali.
notes. I actually told Mick the captain's name before.
The captain's name, not the quartermaster's name.
Well, I didn't have that note.
Yeah,
About,
that's what I
about the
thought.
Master.
I remembered Latte's name.
It's espresso.
So,
Whatever. Coffee.
Latte. All
Latte
right.
Coriander is his brother's name.
Then none of that you're saying is true.
It is. Canon.
You're gonna tell me what canon is? It's like going up to J.K. Rowling and be like, Harry Potter was only 5'3".
Canon.
All right, you arrive on the 18th day of Dragon, and I feel like this is a good place to end the episode because I need to describe what a port that's on fire looks like. I want to need to come up with that description.
Yeah.
Cotton, thanks so much for guesting with us.
Yeah.
thanks for having me.
I'm going to ask you some questions during the week as to what a rogue princess with not a lot of money wandering around in an enemy country does on her own when she doesn't even know what the price of bread is and believes that goats might be worth 200 gold pieces. Those questions might be a little biased, but
Sometimes biases are useful.
wow.
Wow.
That's such a dwarven thing to say.
Yeah. I didn't expect you to say something like
Racist.
People are going to think we're all racist.
No, you're just a murderer. Just a
Better than a
murderer.
racist.
Dog murderer.
I'm working on getting our next guest on, and after that, we can do that thing where you guys say, no, we like Cotton better. Let's have her on the show forever.
Probably.
So keep that in mind for the future.
Sounds good.
You guys each get 400 experience points for killing some zombies, which were not worth a lot of experience points, and a lot more experience points for smuggling Lilwyn off the island without her parents finding out.
Yeah, and ahead of all of her people being turned into zombies.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a lot of people that get turned into zombies.
Yeah.
All
Kinda
right.
how zombies work.
So let me tell you the thing that you didn't know is that because the infection started in the water, it is now spreading underwater at high speed in every direction.
How
All for
strong?
one potion?
Yeah.
I mean, all you need is one undead
Listen,
fish to bite a few other fish, and they bite some other fish, and they bite a fisherman. And
So
then
wait,
they
we have
bite
the
a
zombie
giant
apocalypse
turtle.
Brewing in the ocean right now. And
Yeah.
so we're playing Plague in this game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
right.
you're not playing Plague as the people that are up there. You're playing Plague
that are
as
in there.
one of the tokens.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
And you're hoping that someone stops the plague before it reaches your town.
Perhaps we should have told Mardrovian.
Perhaps you should have told literally anyone. But you didn't know that was happening. I'm just telling you so that later, when I mention thousands of zombies all along the area, you aren't surprised.
I mean, to be fair, I have obliquely mentioned it to Lilowin.
It's true.
So
That maybe you guys caused this problem.
Maybe.
Did
Who's the guy that created that magic? It's really his fault.
That guy was effed up, man.
Yeah.
What's her name again?
No worries, dead.
I don't know, but I have a picture of her.
It happened to be a druid, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it
was a female.
Coincidence?
That you poisoned millions of innocent people?
Right?
I don't know where to go from that. Let's just do that thing where we start the outros.
Wait, what was the total XP? You said 400, right?
400.
400.
Yeah.
Oh,
Speaking
sorry.
of infecting people with awesome art, what's up with you, Connor?
Yeah, that's me, I guess. Sometimes. And that was me drawing tonight. I did some stuff with Kaz, and now I wanted to finish this portrait up so I can have it in the game and all that. But yeah, you can find me on twitch.tv/Connor Hughes. I draw my comic there called White Ash, and it's actually a Kickstarter right now. And so if you search Google for Kickstarter and White Ash Volume 1, you'll find it there. It's like going to be lots of pages. It's like the first arc of the story with a backup story and lots of pinups and stuff. It'll be really cool. So check us out there. And yeah, how about you, Bearded? What's up with you?
Yeah, you can find me at Twitch TV/Bearded Jalapeno or Jalapeno, Jalapno. You can also find me on Twitch. Same thing. All my social media is the same, Bearded Jalapeno. And yeah, what's up with you, Cotton?
I doodle and stuff. I have a Twitter that's cotton_tailed, I think. I also hang out on AP's Discord, and I'm on his Thursday show and his Monday podcast. What's up with you, McComicker?
I'm a comicer, and I also do the comics. I'm currently working on a Sleepy Hollow Lovecraft mashup full of witchcraft, wizardry, corruption, terrible people doing terrible things to other people, and it's going to be fantastic. Which
So
is
much
you-
like our current game.
Do
Much
Hal
better
and
sales
Tharder
pitch there.
make a guest spot?
Huh?
Hal and Tharder guest spot?
Oh, you know,
One panel. We
that
mentioned
in.
them in the background.
I'll
He's like
work
trying to
that
sell
in.
the word of Tharder to other cultists.
Does that mean that the main character is Mortrick?
No, please no. I don't know that the world can handle more than one more trick.
Oh, there's never enough more tricks.
That's what a Mortrick would say.
But I will be streaming that tomorrow on the Twitch at McComicer, and you can see some pages I've already drawn up on Instagram at McComicer. And that's what I'm doing right now. What are you working on, Planet?
All right, so I'm Planet Chaos Art on Twitch. I'm actually going to be streaming, I hope, in about an hour and 20 minutes. So if anyone wants to see me draw a Nefeshni demon
Wow.
from Dungeons and Dragons, that's what I'm working on tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. We should
It's
talk
looking
at
sweet.
some point during the week about your experiences in Blingdenstone.
I
I'll send
will.
you-
I will write something up. And
Oh, good. I'll
You know
read
what?
it and then I'll send you some questions.
Yep, sounds good. I will do that
Excellent.
tomorrow.
Good. I just want to know how to destroy your life.
Yeah.
And speaking of people who are streaming, what's up with you, AP? Yeah, that didn't work as well out of my head.
Sounded good in your head, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll accept it. It is technically true.
I'm working on it. Like, you're a professional at this. You're training me. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm doing my
Professional?
best here. I'm
I
doing my
wouldn't
best.
use the word professional.
Yours are very smooth, whereas mine's are just a little choppy right now, you know? I'm working on my material.
I feel like maybe you haven't seen enough of mine.
It's literally only when you do it for a game.
I don't think the ones that I do for this game are pretty good either. What do I do? Oh, that's right. I play Dungeons and Dragons professionally, I guess.
That's
Twitch,
what I've
Twitter,
heard.
YouTube. Did you also know that if you like this stream and would like to support it, you can do it by hitting that Twitch Prime button. If you're on YouTube, you can smash that like button, give it a 420 headshot real quick, click subscribe, and make sure to click that bell so you get notified when videos go live. Wednesday at noon, you can check this show out when it goes up, unless I forget to upload it the night before. And then you'll get it Thursday at noon, probably. Look, we'll be back next week, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, next week I will miss a day. I'll be out at it's
Nick is the
23rd?
first one to go.
23rd of April.
23rd of April. I'm marking it down.
Yeah.
I would like to sell all of you on playing a game of Mobile Frame 05 brands that night.
That sounds fine with me.
Okay.
Mobile Frame 05 brands, what is it? A great
Yeah.
question. One that
Yeah.
is literally unanswerable. It is an experience. But if I was to be forced to say something about it, I would say something like this. Imagine a anime mecha / Gundam Wing universe
I'm down.
where you play Mario Party minigames with all of your friends. Each of you picks one of 3 factions to make a character in, and then each faction or character chooses which factions take place in each battle or scene. So the scenes are either you're in your mech and there's a chase, you're in your mech and there's a combat, you're on foot and there's a combat, you're at a dinner party, you're at a dance, you're making love. So you could be like, all right, I would like to accidentally trip and fall in love with one of the enemy pilots. That's the thing that happens in this game. And everything is decided either between the players or with the flip of a coin.
I'm in.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that sounds a lot
You
of
had me at
fun.
Mobile Gundam.
Yeah, I figured. That's where most people get it. The last time I played, I was destroyed by thermonuclear lasers. Literally a laser powered by a runaway thermonuke.
Yeah,
I was
meanwhile,
burned to
I've got
death
a,
alive.
Mobile Gundam. Figure out what you guys are talking about.
You don't know anything about Gundam?
I had a friend in high school who once said the word Gundam and said, "Hey, why don't you come over and watch Gundam?" And I said,
No.
Nope."
Probably said something racist.
Do you not like giant robots?
I mean,
Nick,
oh,
don't
hey, I
answer
have
that. I
seen
don't
these
want to
guys
know.
before. You know what I don't like? I don't like Thor Ragnarok. It's too much goddamn fun, and I hate
Wow. Wow. All right. So
Too much
I
shade.
sent you guys a link to the Mobile Frame Zero Firebrands book. It's only like 20 pages long.
Cool. Sounds good.
It's
Yeah.
literally just quick mini games that you play for like an hour or two. So I was saying you could support me with Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime. If you already have Amazon Prime, you can link your Twitch account with just like a minute or 2 of hassle and then subscribe on Twitch. If you already subscribe to me, you could Twitch Prime any of these other people who also stream on Twitch. Choose your favorite, not me, to Twitch to. Even Cotton. Actually, Cotton's not a broadcaster, but she could be soon. I've seen her overlays. They are cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
They are better made than mine, which is really bad because I had someone professionally make mine.
I like your overlays.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Overlays are hard.
They are. Mine is like
Are telling me
bare bones, and it was already way too much work.
the barest of bones.
Yeah. There's barely anything there.
Barely anything there. The title of Mortrix's first spoken word album. Fucking got him. I can't believe how funny you guys thought that was, but I will take it.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Oh, that was good.
That's canon.
That's it. That's it. We're done for the night. Have a good night, y'all.
Later, guys.
See
See you
ya.
guys.
Take care.
And we're out.
Yeah.
We are. We're out as the second.